This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
All right. Happy New Year! That's what I did. After the ball dropped, I sent a photo of Dick Clark to my mom, and it said, Dappy Do Year.
That's funny.
Yeah, because he had a stroke.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, God. Well, that's not funny. I take it back.
Yeah, because like the year after he had the year of his stroke,
Yeah, it was like 6 months later.
he was back in the saddle for the ball drop, but
How'd that go?
he was all mush-mouthed,
Oh, God.
and he said Dappy Do Year.
No.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
absolutely did.
In real life?
Dappy Do Year.
Yes, yes, in real life. You could probably pull it up.
I might be able to find it.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, but I have to do some crazy searches, like, Dick Clark, Dappy Do Year, stroke face, something. I don't know.
Very specific.
I don't know what hashtags you tag.
I don't think you have to search hashtags, but you could.
Dick Clark stroke. Well, rest in peace, Dick Clark. Thoughts and prayers.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Oh, God. So much new information. Wow.
Well, yeah. But, his spirit lives on. With
Does it?
Yeah, with the Dead Radio podcast. This week we have, Happy New Year, everyone. We have Kathleen Quinn in studio. Did you want your last name known?
Well, it's too late now. Sure.
It is, but they don't know how to spell it.
That's an easy
There's
one.
a trick to it.
Yeah, I put your full name in the Instagram post before, and then
saw.
I edited it because I didn't know if you'd be okay with that.
Did you say
Well,
KW?
KWY.
NNE.
NN silent X. Yeah, it's
But-
fine.
Yeah, Kathleen is our fellow employee at the Crafted Cup at
Woo.
44 Raymond Avenue,
Yeah.
Poughkeepsie, New York. And she asked to come on the show, and we said, okay. Not expecting that we'd say okay, right?
And here we are.
with
with nothing planned.
yeah, with not much prepared.
Now we've got it. Have you been practicing on the mouth harp?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had an accident with my harp, and I can't play it today.
Okay.
No, I didn't practice on the mouth harp.
Did you watch Back to the Future?
Yeah.
See, a little backstory for everyone.
Did you watch all three?
God, no. You're lucky I made it through one.
A little backstory for everyone. Kathleen is terrible at seeing movies, like the worst at it. So her mission was to watch all of the Back to the Future movies back to back.
Yeah, I mean, not just like in the month and a half that she had the DVD.
And the funny thing is I watched one, and I watched it last night,
I saw your Instagram story.
Procrastinate.
And
it was.
What do you think?
It was so bad. Oh,
you're gonna make a lot of enemies, I think.
Here's the thing, because this happened to me with A Christmas Story, where I had never seen A Christmas Story, and then I watched A Christmas Story as an adult, and
oh man, you can't do that.
Didn't think it was funny, didn't get it, and figured there's probably it's because of nostalgia is why people like this movie. So I had that in mind watching Back to the Future, thinking I'll try to appreciate it and imagine that I have some sort of childhood connection to it. It was the worst hour and a half of my life.
Isn't it an hour and a half? I think it's
It's
2.
like an hour. No, it's like an hour.
It felt
and
like
a half.
6. But
what did you not like about it?
Where to begin?
Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Marty's at Doc's house. All the clocks.
Marty, the dog food,
and everything like that.
So I didn't. Okay, first of all,
So
what's their relationship?
They're just friends.
They don't give any backstory as to why a 60-year-old scientist is BFF with a high school delinquent. They don't talk about that at all.
Nope. Yeah, it's never addressed. It's never said.
3 movies long, and they never mention anything.
You're fine with that.
People go, you shouldn't be hanging around with that Doc Brown. He's crazy. But they never say why.
I don't remember anyone saying that.
It's not in that movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
No, maybe the principal says it.
The principal does not say it.
No.
Wait. It's said at some point.
Oh, no. I think the principal does say it in the movie, not to hang out with Doc, but they don't give, they give 0 specifics on how they met, what their relationship is.
So stupid. So that's one.
It's not stupid. He's
very stupid.
He's a lonely old man, and this nice young boy decided to befriend him.
How? Where did they cross paths? Tell me where they met.
It's possible that Marty was skateboarding around looking super fucking cool in his vest, and he stumbled across Doc Brown trying one of his experiments, possibly trying to perfect the mind reading hat.
They do not travel in the same circles, those two. They don't.
Well, Doc Brown's kind of a shut-in.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to just Google it.
Please do.
And you know what? But you
know what? You're going to get a lot of fan theory.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be ridiculous, and people are going to feel so adamant about their viewpoint.
It's one of those. I think it's one of those movies that has a lot of hidden stuff. That's the beauty.
Okay, it is not.
No. Little Easter eggs that you can't.
I don't think so.
You really hated it that much, but that's not the type of movie you watch, though.
No, it's not. It's not. And I kept wanting to do something else.
Okay, so I have the explanation.
I have to
from Bob Gale.
Who's Bob Gale?
Who wrote the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. So he said, for years, Marty was told that Doc Brown was a dangerous crackpot and a lunatic. So being a red-blooded American teenage boy at age 13 or 14, he decided to just find out why this guy was so dangerous. Snuck into Doc's lab and was fascinated by all the cool stuff that was there. When Doc found him there, he was delighted to find that Marty thought he was cool and accepted him for what he was. Both of them were the black sheep in their respective environments. Doc gave Marty a part-time job to help with experiments, 10 with the lab, 10 with the dog, etc. So it's poorly explained in the movie, but he's an employee.
Oh, shit.
But you never know. He didn't direct it, and he didn't edit it. So that might have been on the cutting room floor.
It was a big chunk to leave on the floor.
Yeah, because Robert Zemeckis directed it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
He co-wrote it and directed it? I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I got to get the specifics now.
Yeah.
Well, it was awful.
I wouldn't call it awful. I would definitely.
That was bad.
Do you normally like sci-fi movies?
No.
So then you were never going to like it at the
and
outset.
Also,
okay, so back to why you don't like it.
Okay,
because that makes sense. That's a completely legitimate.
Thank you.
Rotten Tomatoes says it's the greatest movie ever made.
Bullshit. It does
What is
not.
it rated? What is it rated?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look.
It does not.
It won the Academy Award for greatest film ever.
In the history of film.
Rotten Tomatoes. Here we go. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes has to say. The end all be all. 96% fresh.
That's fresh. I disagree.
94% audience score. So you know that's a solid movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you can have your opinion, but that does mean that you're in the minority.
All right,
which is also fine.
That is that's where I stand.
So what else did you not like?
Written by Bob Gale. Oh, I'm sorry. Written by Bob Gale and directed by Robert Zemeckis. I just wanted to clear that up. Sorry. Okay.
I loved the clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it, but hated the time traveling incest that took place with
Yeah,
him
that was
and
weird.
the mom.
You should see Future Man.
So
I
you see, I find those things funny.
It wasn't funny.
Yeah.
It was
well,
so
but
weird.
that's the thing, though. There is a scientific principle behind this. People that are separated, from their parents, like it's a very, very common thing when a parent comes home after being like in jail for 10 years, that the kids are attracted to them. It's a completely legitimate like on your mom's house with those fucking the mom and son that were banging.
What?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
I'm not going to get into a whole thing, but basically she was in jail for a long time, had no relationship with her son. He's about 20, and then they start to hang
Is this
out.
real?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they got arrested. They tried to get married. It was a whole thing.
It's just like the gays.
But there's a scientific...
That's a direct quote.
That was
who made the first approach was actually me. What happened was we were hanging out and, just talking, just laughing, and I looked at her and she looked at me, and I kissed her. It was a real kiss. It had feelings behind it. It had a spark in that. Ever since then, it just stayed. Honestly, I really didn't think we would. We were both consenting adults. If it comes down to it, it's just like the gays. They're as long as they're over 18, everything's fine. You know what I mean? So I thought, I'm 18, she's 8, I'm 19. I actually came down when I was 19.
I think he's being reasonable.
She's an adult, I'm an adult, I can make my own decisions. I never thought it would blow up into something like this. Honestly, if it wasn't that strong,
So there is an actual
Not
and
dissimilar to Back
this
to the
is not uncommon. That's the crazy thing.
Okay, that's
I did hear a story. I did hear a
horrifying
story about a father and daughter that had never met, and then they like matched on a dating site, and then it came out that he was actually her father, and they decided they were in love and got married, and they moved to New Jersey, where apparently that's legal.
So that wasn't a deal breaker for them.
Yeah,
they found out they were blood relatives.
There's like 6 or 7 states. I think it was New Jersey.
You can marry.
Yeah, there's 6 or 7 states where you can marry a parent. You just can't have children.
Well, I'm looking this shit up.
Yeah. So they talked about this is going back 10 years on Opie and Anthony. But anyway, and Dr. Drew was talking about it too, that it's something innate in you that looks for similar characteristics.
Okay.
And if you haven't had that growing up bond to separate out that, it can be overwhelming.
Do you feel that they had that in mind when they wrote this into the movie, or it was just the mid-80s?
No, I think they thought it would be funny.
Yeah, and they just thought things were fine that weren't fine. It was
but then
surprising.
the second she kisses him, she's all grossed out by it.
So
you want to know the part that I think is really weird?
Yes.
He goes back to 1985, and Biff, who tried to rape his mom,
oh my God,
is outside washing the car, and everybody's fine with that.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Everybody's like, Biff. You crazy rascal. I know you didn't put 2 coats of wax on the car. It's like that time you tried to rape my wife.
Dude, I was thinking for some reason that was in the alternate, like that hadn't happened. And
Yeah,
then they went back
that
in the future.
did. Yeah.
And they just like befriended, they like employ him now.
Yeah.
They just feel sorry for
Yeah,
him.
instead of owning like a used car dealership or something like that, he details cars for a living.
And they just have him on the property and
Yep.
everything's fine. Wow. Yeah. That's a good point. Something else to make me hate it even more. Yeah, the incest was weird. I didn't expect them to actually kiss. That was jarring.
I mean, he wasn't okay with it, It's, but
yeah,
I mean, it's
but
like,
it was just,
and she didn't
it was
know,
a little cringy.
It's
the whole thing was a little
pretty
cringy.
gross.
They could have chosen a different way to
But
go.
no, I don't think so, because that is kind of the crux of the storyline, is that he messed up how his parents met.
Oh, also, the dad's a peeping Tom.
Yeah.
We really never talk about that, other than for the 2 seconds that he's in the tree.
He's a creep.
He's
they
a fucking
never address
creep.
that again.
He's a creep in real life too.
Yeah, Crispin Glover's a fucking lunatic.
I figured he must be, because I was so uncomfortable watching him.
Oh
in
yeah,
this
he was
movie.
too good.
It was too believable. I was like, this
he's
is
a fucking psychopath.
real.
Do you ever hear the story about what happened after that?
Tell me.
So the second movie is about to come out, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm not on board unless you give me the same exact amount of money that you're giving Michael J. Fox." And they're like, "Are you a fucking idiot? No. So they wrote him out of it. But he had a clause in his contract saying that he needed to get residuals if they used any footage from the original movie, which they did. He sued them and won, and he got like probably a couple $1 million. I don't know what it was, but it ruined his career. He didn't have another movie for 20 years.
So he's not in the second one?
Nope.
Who's the dad in the second one?
The dad, a lot of prosthetics.
Yeah, the old guy hanging upside down.
You didn't watch it.
Oh,
so
you didn't watch
know.
it.
No.
So the second one, he has no screen time as the dad.
Okay.
But they cut in footage from the first movie, which was a breach of his original contract, that they couldn't do that and re-release it.
Oh, I got it.
So I think they kind of said, like, fuck it, just do it,
Well,
and we'll deal with it
really
later.
no choice.
Yeah. So yeah. And then in the second movie, they have parts that are in the future where Marty's an adult. His parents are old. They're all wearing prosthetics and stuff. And his dad hurt his back, and he's in this hovering thing that hangs him upside down. So it's just a dude in prosthetics.
Okay.
You cannot tell.
Yeah, I mean, if he was
You
like
can't tell
on
that it's a
screen,
dude in prosthetics?
if he was on screen talking, well, they're all wearing.
You're
prosthetics.
watching the movie and you're like, he's upside down. He's got prosthetics on. His hair's all crazy. The guy kind of sounds like him. So it's just like, oh,
yeah,
all right.
they just found an actor,
and then
that,
that's
that,
it.
Yeah,
you know, it was
and
just
he's
simple.
in the screen. He's on screen for like 2 seconds. And the funny thing is, the mom, I can never remember her name. The one, what the hell's her name? Doesn't matter. But she looks super old.
Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson, and it takes place in 2015 in the second one.
I was doing that math, and I was
so
like,
it takes place in 2015, and she looks so much better in real life than they made her character look.
That's awesome.
It was so funny.
I love
that. Yeah, I would say the first one is definitely the best one. If you didn't like the first one,
I'm
you're
glad
not gonna,
I didn't watch the other ones then, because
Third one's rough, but if you're a fan of it,
you got to be a fan of it to really watch
the only thing that
one.
I liked about this was, have you guys seen the Family Guy, the like moment in Family Guy when Stewie yells out to Michael J. Fox? No, Michael J. Fox? No. You know the part where Michael J. Fox is yelling at Doc and he's like, I have to tell you about your future.
Yeah.
Have you seen this Family Guy moment?
Yeah.
Where he yells at Stewie and Stewie's like, no, Michael, I think we have to talk about your future. So I had only ever seen
no idea
that.
what the hell that was about.
No.
Yeah.
And I understood because obviously
There are
Michael
so
J.
many
Fox was
many
Parkinson's.
references to that.
I know Family Guy must be a hard watch for you.
You know it is.
You're like, I don't know what that
Thank you
is.
for the sympathy, if that's what that was.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take it. It is a hard watch. I don't really watch it anymore.
You just
but
don't get any of the
it's not funny.
references.
No, I always figured it was because.
Did you
it
ever
was a
see the
little
one
before my time?
Did you ever see the one when Peter goes back in time? Death brings him back in time, and he fucks up his date with Lois, and then the kids are never born.
Yes.
That's Back to the Future.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now I know.
And then Brian rickrolls everybody, and
He what?
you don't know what a rickroll is.
I know that song.
But she doesn't know what a rickroll is. A rickroll is when you send. So this was something that happened in 2002 or 2003. You send someone a link to a video, and you say, "Dude, check out this awesome video of blah blah blah," something that they're gonna like, and then it's just yet another upload of Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up," and it's called rickrolling someone, and that was the most popular thing on the internet for 2 years.
It was so popular that they got Rick Astley to perform at the Macy's Day Parade.
Really?
Yes.
Good
he
for
did.
him. You know
What
what?
do you do with
got a
your
great-
time? Do you just like knit and listen to NPR? Do you own a computer?
Yes. But I'm really bad at the internet.
Yeah.
I just don't use it.
Going back real quick, Rhode Island and New Jersey are the only states.
Okay, yeah.
To,
So I was right about New Jersey.
Wow.
I think they moved from New York to New
Island
Jersey
states, yeah.
so that they could get married.
Unreal.
Yeah, I mean, in most states, you could still marry your first cousin, I guess, too. But you have to get genetic testing if you want to have kids.
That's upsetting.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty kind of.
But I mean, like,
But those gays.
any politician, like,
It's
what politician
exactly
is
like
going to
the
be
gays.
like,
It's
no, we're going to
identical.
keep this. We need to allow people to do this.
Well, I'm wondering if anyone has even bothered to try to overturn the law.
I
or
really
it happened
I think that would be a home run.
Sure.
The Rhode
Maybe
Island.
we should.
The
we
Rhode
should do
Island.
something about
Rhode
that.
Island's crazy.
No, Rhode
so
Island.
Rhode
was
Island.
so small.
Hang on. Rhode
yeah.
Island was a little sketchy because
No one's there though. It's tiny.
It said that it has repealed the criminal. It says that It says that it's prohibited, but
it's frowned upon. It's not punishable.
It's an $80 fine.
Yeah.
It's a parking ticket.
Like,
really,
here's
is
what it
is.
says on the old Wikipedia.
Slap on the wrist.
Where is it? Rhode Island. Yeah, okay. No person shall marry his or her sibling, parent, grandparent, child, so on and so forth. Consensual incest between people 16-year-old or more is not a criminal offense.
So they can bang, but they can't get married. And I think that's what this.
However,
that's what
yeah.
the problem
What if
was.
you get
But here's the
pregnant?
thing: the prohibited act is marriage, but there is no penalty.
So it's
They say
prohibited. Yeah.
you can't do that, and they're like, "Well, I did it."
They
Well,
just,
you
they
shouldn't
won't
have.
recognize.
We wish
They
you
won't
hadn't.
recognize your marriage, is what they're saying. You won't be legally married,
Like
Right.
taxes.
but
and
you're
shit.
still
Why people get married.
banging your mom.
Yeah.
Did you also know in Rhode Island that the legal age of consent is 16, which means that you can be 16 years old and be a stripper in Rhode Island? You can also be a prostitute because that's legal there too.
No.
Yep.
Jared
No.
Fogle, the subway guy,
Yeah.
he used to specifically go to Rhode Island.
He'd go to Rhode Island and hire like 16, 17-year-old prostitutes.
Are
Yeah.
you sure that's
Oh, 100%.
legal?
100% legal.
Legal?
Yeah,
Why
because
don't
he didn't
more
get in
people-
trouble for that. He got in trouble for soliciting child porn, for taking pictures of him.
Oh,
Taking pictures of him is against federal law, but you can have sex with him all you want.
So upsetting.
That's how they get most Craigslist pimps and stuff like that. They get them on underage porn.
Yeah, that whole court case was
Yeah.
very informative.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wait a
Because
minute.
he pled guilty to all of that, but he wasn't charged with anything for actually having sex with them.
Wouldn't you think? Not that. I mean, hopefully, I don't know a lot of people that would do this, but I feel like I would have heard somewhere in my life that this is like a thing people do.
It's been like that for
dudes
a long time.
You guys know.
It's good for tourism, I guess.
Our
That's why they keep it.
Our resident time travel guru, I guess we'll call him, Michael Bleakley, is checking in. He said Jeffrey Weissman replaced Crispin Glover in Back to the Future 2 and 3.
Who was that person that
Thank
just
you,
told
Mike.
us that?
Michael Bleakley.
Someone with much better taste in movies than you.
Woo! Burn.
Who's actually
That one hurt.
has officially put his stamp of approval on the script that he wrote
Yeah,
for
we're making a
our
movie.
Tim Cop.
Yeah.
Can I be in it?
No.
No.
Damn it.
He's
It's only
playing. He's
me.
playing all the characters.
I'm playing all the characters.
It's gonna be. It's about.
That's
It's
actually
about a
really
police
amazing.
precinct where everyone is named Tim.
Okay.
Okay. It was
Right.
originally we were gonna get A-list actors that were all named Tim.
Oh, you were gonna do that?
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not
But
gonna
it
happen.
fell through.
Yeah.
Well, Tim
Yeah.
Curry's not so good on his feet anymore.
Why?
Tim Meadows isn't
Did
fucking.
he have a stroke
Yes.
too? Oh no. Okay.
Okay, let's just go through. Like,
Ti-
what else
Who
don't
else?
you know?
Like
What,
a lot. Like it's pop culture, like social.
Yeah.
Tim
You know,
Meadow-
Adam West died too, right?
All I know about Adam West is that he did some voice on Family Guy.
He was Batman.
He was the original Batman.
He died.
Yes.
Who was he on Family Guy? The mayor.
He was the mayor,
He's the
Adam
mayor.
West.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
played
yeah.
himself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I didn't. I feel like I heard somewhere along the line
Yeah.
that was Batman, but I don't. I've never
Yeah,
seen it.
he's dead. Well, anything. What were you
Womp
saying?
womp.
No, going back to the Future.
Ugh.
There's this fantastic show that I suggest everyone watch. It's if you have Hulu. It's called Future Man, and it has the kid from Hunger Games, PETA.
So cute.
PETA Bread.
Little baby Peter.
He's in
What
it.
is this on?
It's on Hulu.
I've never heard of this.
He plays like kind of a, he's a kind of a geeky gamer. He's a janitor. He's just like, he lives with his parents. His parents have no problem with him living there. They want him to stay for his entire life and everything like that. And it gets in this time loop thing, but there's this, every time they come up with some plot line for each episode, he's just like, this is from The Last Starfighter. What is happening right now? Because like they blatantly rip off other movies.
Yeah.
And they do and a spoiler alert for everybody, listening, earmuffs. I don't know. You're going to want to hear this. So
I'm going to want to hear it.
The same thing happens with him and he fucks up his parents' relationship in the past, so he has to try and get them back together, but he mistakes a girl for his mom. It's not his mom.
Oh no.
He goes off with this other girl and he's making out with her and he's suckling her nipple.
Sure.
And
It's
as
his
he's
mom.
doing it,
It's his mom.
she mentions that her name, and he like draws back, And then the next scene is her rubbing his back as he's vomiting on the floor.
Oh no! Oh no! It went awry.
A perfect show.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch
one of
that.
the best TV shows I've seen in a long time. It's fantastic.
So, do you ever watch Futurama?
No.
Where Fry's his own grandfather?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a spatial paradox, and he has sex with his grandmother because he thinks it's not his grandmother.
Oh, God.
Like he thought it was the whole time.
Okay.
And then he sleeps with his grandmother, and he becomes his own grandfather.
So this is like a recurring, like more than one person.
Oh
has
yeah.
thought that this was an
There's
acceptable
also that
plotline.
movie with Ethan Hawke.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, I can't tell you.
Predestination.
Yeah,
That's
I can't.
a wild fucking movie.
Same shit.
Yeah,
You're not gonna.
but
You probably.
but
won't.
fuck.
You
I mean,
might dig
okay,
it, though.
listeners. There's a little 15-second jump ahead button if you want to see this movie Predestination and you don't want to know what it came out like 2 years ago. It's got Ethan Hawke. It's on Amazon Prime, I think. It's really good.
Yes.
So if you don't want to know what happens, skip ahead 15 seconds now.
Well,
Someone time him.
Okay,
Or-
Ethan Hawke.
or just pause.
Ethan
and come back
Hawke
later.
is his own. He's his mother and his father.
What?
Yeah, he was born hermaphrodite.
Okay.
Right, and then lived a whole life as a woman, and then had some trauma, some accident or whatever, had to have a surgery, and then starts taking hormones, becomes a man, and develops a fully male reproductive system.
Can't
Then
have
time
a
travel comes in. It's a sci-fi movie. Okay. Time travel comes into play. He goes back in time as a man, falls in love with himself, has a baby. That baby's him.
How is
and
the
it
baby
keeps going.
him? How is the baby
It's a
him?
paradox. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a time loop.
Literally.
So
the
that's
dumbest thing I've
it.
ever heard in my
Hopefully
life.
that was 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
We should have timed it.
Yeah.
And
probably.
He has to keep on. He has to go back.
Yeah,
because
if he doesn't do it, and then his later self is like guiding things around and basically tricking himself into doing these things, because if he doesn't, he'll never be born.
Maybe that's almost better. That he was
Well,
never
yeah,
born.
but then there's other ramifications, like other things that it needs to keep happening.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Other shit gets
It's
messed
pretty
up.
crazy.
But most future, time travel movies have to do with some sort of fucking.
Yeah.
Usually. It sounds apparently.
Yeah, pretty much.
Apparently.
John Connor.
What's
yeah.
that?
Terminator.
Terminator.
Never seen Terminator.
Terminator's
Wait,
a good movie. It's
I've
like a love
seen-
story mixed with a buddy cop movie.
Yeah, it's great.
I saw one of the Terminators
The second
at
one
the
probably.
drive-in, like a few years ago, but I fell asleep. Like
Oh,
5
it's one of the
minutes.
newer ones. Then.
Genesis, probably.
Yeah, that one. That
one was so
Stupid.
bad.
There
Yeah,
was
that's
like
really
there was
bad.
like a suitcase in the beginning, and someone had like a needle, and they like scrape or like a knife, and they scraped him, and then he kept. It was like sick or.
That's not Terminator.
Oh.
You're thinking of
think it
Inner
is.
Space?
No, it was,
Yeah.
and then someone came back. No, it was Terminator.
I don't know what you're talking about with
Well,
that though.
I don't remember.
I might have already
Genesis.
been asleep.
I was inebriated through the entire movie and was playing with my phone. That's how I know a movie is good or bad.
Because you want to be doing something else.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
how
on
I
my
felt last
phone.
night. I kept going to my phone, and I was like, "Fuck! I have to watch this godforsaken fucking thing."
But wasn't Christopher Lloyd just
Who's Christopher Lloyd?
fantastic
Doc
as
Brown.
Doc Brown?
No, he was really annoying. Do you know why he was really annoying?
Why?
He said Marty's name so many times in an unnecessary fashion.
Well, what else is he gonna call
Too
him?
many times. He said it too many times. He 3 times per sentence is too many times.
One year, I swear, I'm gonna do the mind reading helmet as a costume for Halloween.
That would be so.
I have
great.
to I have to get like
you
That
got
would
you
be
got the
pretty
suction cup. You stick
Yeah, yeah, that's what would make it great.
I
Actually.
really
Yeah.
need to do it. Like you need
Yeah.
Christmas lights. You gotta
No,
get those
if you
metal-
really want to sell it,
I feel like that'd be
forget about
easy.
no.
It'd be easy.
Don't even do it for Halloween. Just do it on Guy Fawkes Day. Just fucking walk around.
Groundhog Day.
No, it's November 5th, 1955.
Oh yes.
What's Guy Fawkes Day?
Guy. Oh my God. Everyone.
This
should
is
know
gonna
that.
be called Dead
It's a guy-
Radio
the
Explains
guy-
Everything.
The guy.
I'm exhausting you both. The day that
The Guy Fawkes tried to blow up Parliament in England.
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 Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Thanks.
that's what V for Vendetta is all about. Mike is punching his computer screen right now.
Is that the one with the mask? They have a
Yeah,
mask.
yeah. The guy with the
that.
Guy Fawkes mask that's now.
Actually,
Yeah.
let's try something here. What is your favorite movie? And we'll go through your movies and we'll see.
And I guarantee I've seen all of them.
My favorite movie of all time is. I don't know.
All right, so one of the top 5
Name a movie that you like.
that you love.
Blue Valentine.
Never heard of it.
Never seen.
I win.
What
it's
the fuck
really
is that?
depressing.
Yeah.
It's really upsetting.
Does it have a pretty person in it?
2 pretty people.
Yeah, yeah.
Michelle Williams and who's the other one? Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
He
that
plays
guy.
kind of a drunk.
Yeah.
And they have this like really sad marriage. And it just gets worse and worse. And that's
sounds
terrible.
That's the whole movie.
Okay, what's
I
another
like the
movie?
relationship of a contemporary married couple charting their evolution over a span of years by cross-cutting between time periods.
Yeah, but here's what's good about it. It's so relatable that you kind of can't watch it with your significant other because you kind of
It'll cause a
side
fight.
eye and you're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, I'm halfway there. And it's like upsetting in that way.
Yeah,
And it's just everyone's breakup all the time. Like we can all understand how they feel.
Yeah, my previous relationship, the 7-year engagement was what set off. Like that was the end of our relationship because of that movie.
Did you have a 7-year engagement?
What's the 7-year engagement?
With
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
with the guy from How I Met Your Mother. Is that the name of it? Something like that. 5-year engagement.
Did you not propose?
No,
Is
I
that
did not.
Why you fought all the time?
No. We had a multitude of problems, but like she
5
watched that movie and really identified
The 5-year
5-year
engagement.
engagement.
After
yeah.
1 year of 1 year after meeting, Tom proposes to his girlfriend Violet, but unexpected events keep tripping them up as they look to walk down the aisle together. Jason Segel,
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, Chris Pratt, Alison Brie.
Good movie. She just projected a lot of things onto that, and we never stopped fighting after that. After we watched that
Wow.
movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You went back and dug that like.
Oh,
dug through
I
that and
didn't.
figured
Oh,
it out?
I didn't do anything. That's the thing.
No,
I didn't do
I'm
anything.
not, I'm not saying, no,
Says
I'm not
every
saying that.
man
I mean,
all
like,
the time.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you figured out that this is the movie.
Yeah, there was a noticeable like
Parallel?
problem that night, and it never stopped after that. Yeah, and then she cheated on me, and then we broke up.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I don't care.
upsetting.
I'm so better off.
It's all great. Yeah. I know
She's
that
got
game.
Amy and Buckley.
Yeah.
And now Buckley and Eisen are best
Who's
friends.
Buckley? Oh, the baby. Oh, how is he?
baby.
The little baby.
Yeah, he can jump 5 feet
Oh
vertically.
That motherfucker, he comes in the house, he's running around, and I'm like, hey, buddy. And he jumped. He's 6 months old. He's a 6-month-old beagle mix. He's definitely a mix. of
Yeah, I
something
think
else.
I think it's a Springer Spaniel.
He jumped, and we like locked eyes. He jumped from the floor, and we like looked at each other, and then he just went away at a camera view. I was like, holy shit. You got to fix
Amazing.
that. That's not good.
My sister has 2 beagle mixed puppies, and they have this gate that they just jump over. But when they're not jumping over it and they're next to each other, their back legs just go up. And usually it's not in tandem. Usually it's like this, and it's really, really cute. But they're annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
They're really annoying.
Yeah. Speaking of annoying dogs. Hi, Mom. Anyway. Oh, what's this? Arlington Has It is mentioning us on Facebook. Sorry about that, but when shit like this happens, I have to check it out.
What's Arlington Has It?
So,
Oh my God.
the people that organize like the eggnog crawl.
Oh. Great.
Thank you for your
That's
comment.
That's TJ helping us
Yeah.
out, actually. Yeah, so the big thing was the Back to the Future. I'm glad you watched it, though.
Thank you.
Did anything make you laugh?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And I
say that one of the funniest things, I still laugh at it to this day.
I wonder if
was
it's the same as mine. Go ahead.
All right, when he builds the model of the town and he flies the race car across and it sparks, lights on fire, falls off the table and hits the oily rags, and then Doc Brown goes, I howl every time. Like, this is the first
if
time
I haven't
I've ever
watched the
seen
movie in a while, I'll rewind it 3 or 4 times. If that's
It's the
and I
funniest
still
scene
say
ever.
rewind.
I think I was looking at my Instagram when that happened because I don't remember that happening.
All right.
The only funny part.
But he's like, I built this model last night. I apologize, it's not.
That's funny. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
It looks great, Doc. It looks great. It's a perfect model. Other than the size of the car.
and completely unnecessary. It's like there was nothing scientific about it. There was no reason to like be at the outlet to plug it in and light the car. Like there was no reason to do any of that. He could have just said, so the car will go around this curve and then you gotta get it up to 88 before you hit this and then put the car there. Like, you see, you get it? He would have been like, sure.
It could have been
But
explained.
it was a wind up car. It was electrified.
Yeah.
He built like a block around the street that he didn't need to build.
They didn't need props at all, and it was a beautiful model that he. That part was pretty funny, where he's like, "I'm sorry." The only part that made me laugh though was when the dad. So they're back in time, and they're at the diner, and the dad's like, "Give me a milk, chocolate." And the guy sends
Slides
it
down
down.
the
He takes a sip, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty fucking funny." But
There
other
are
than
so
that-
many
I'm
little
your
things.
Density.
That just he made me so uncomfortable that I couldn't laugh at him. I didn't know how to feel when that guy was.
Yeah,
on
he's a fucking
screen.
creep.
Yeah.
He's good though. Like,
Yeah.
every
No.
movie he's in, he's really
that's
good.
the thing.
It was
He's
good actor.
He's
He's
too
just
much.
he
well,
plays a
yeah,
Too much.
he's very good at playing a creep, and he didn't do anything until like the mid '90s. So it was like over 10 years, I think. He did some weird movie where he was like friends with rats.
Oh my
Willard.
God!
Yeah.
I've never seen
It's
it,
a-
but yes,
It's fucking creepy.
I remember. And
It's
he doesn't he
fucking
like
creepy.
he
It
like
was-
kills people with these
Yes.
rats. He's trained them to be murdering rats.
It was really good.
That's actually
It's a really good movie.
and that's exactly how I would imagine that guy to be in real life.
Probably.
Sorry,
Yeah.
if you're
Hey,
listening.
you should, if you want to laugh, check out some interviews with him. He's like a person that needs to be medicated.
He
Wow.
tried to front kick David Letterman.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's all an act.
Hold on, let me bring that up.
No.
It could be.
I mean, it could be, but he's fucking method if it's an act.
Good for him.
'Cause he had like some restraining orders against him and a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, then it's real.
He
I would imagine.
everybody was talking about Joaquin Phoenix when he was doing that kind of trolling thing with the beard and everything like that. Do you remember that?
No.
God, yeah, man.
I
this
like
is
Joaquin Phoenix.
This is
though.
really difficult.
Did you guys see that movie where he was real creepy? I can't remember the
Who, Joaquin
no,
Phoenix?
No. Joaquin Phoenix, and he was a student. It was called The Master with who's the guy that OD'd recently? Jim. No, not Jim. He's like a chubby guy with blonde hair. He's a really good actor. Fuck. What was that? What was his name? You know what I'm talking about. Not
yeah.
Jim.
No, I know who you're talking about, but I can't.
You do. He was in so many things that I
Yeah,
can't
he was in
think
the
of one
Hunger
of them.
Games and he died and they had to write him out.
Yes,
What
yes,
the
yes.
fuck's his name?
Yes. I want to say Jim Gaffigan. He looks
It's
like
not Jim
Jim
Gaffigan,
No,
but
it's
he does
not.
look like
Oh,
Jim
Philip
Gaffigan.
Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus. Sorry, I was only half paying attention.
Well done.
Because I was trying to find this Letterman
I
clip.
would never have gotten there.
So this is Crispin Glover on Letterman. This is 1987, I believe. This is right after Back to the Future.
I like how it says infamous in parentheses.
The guy die. Is that you're talking about you or him?
Hey, watch.
This is the other thing. They said Crispin Glover was pinstriped and greased up for the occasion, impressing the girl things who are trying to get next to him. Guess some people are turned on by Brill cream.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
And then I don't have these.
You seem to be distraught.
They don't.
You seem to be
People try to
distraught.
make me sound a lot weird, and
Yeah.
I'm strong. You know, I'm strong. I can arm wrestle. Do you want to arm wrestle?
No.
I've been taking. You know, I've taken part. These aren't mine. I can kick.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm going to go check on the top 10.
David Letterman.
Yeah, they
being the master that he is.
ejected him from the studio. He was like, "I'm not going back out there with that guy."
So here's the thing. That
But-
looked like meth.
Could
to
be,
me.
could be.
Someone
but
doing
it's like
too much
from what I've heard, it's just severe mental illness.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
actually.
Well,
But
I mean,
that's how he like didn't really act then in the
Mm-hmm.
movie because that's exactly how he seemed. In
apparently
Back to the
he
Future.
like they had to like constantly tell him, "You need to calm down."
Wow.
Yeah.
Must have been fun to work with him.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that was
just
the
a
thing.
It's a
That-
fucking bit part in a
that- yeah,
sci-fi movie.
That
Like,
was
you,
the thing.
You don't really
they,
have to
they
go
were
nuts.
like they were completely fine with not having him in the second movie because he was so like he was like, "We can kill you. We're going to the future. You can just be dead."
Right. Yeah. Fair.
enough with the fucking neck pillow.
I really like. I don't think there could ever be enough with that
lion.
neck pillow. It's not though, isn't it?
I got it for Christmas.
It's a lion. It's very cute.
I can't remember who got it. It was like a Secret Santa thing.
Oh.
And
do you want to talk about? You want to talk about how Shelly ruined Secret Santa for you?
You guys. Okay.
Julia and I were talking today about how many people we know have other people.
What? What do you mean?
I don't know anybody. I don't know who has anybody.
Oh, you're saying how many people know?
How many people? How many people?
I know one person.
I know who has what. I know a bunch of people who have other people, but I don't think those people know that the person has them.
That's all I care about.
Okay.
And Shelly ruined that.
Well,
for me.
I know that Julia has me.
Fuck! You're not supposed to know that.
I know.
Oh man.
It's fine.
Well, that's Julia. That's
fine. But here's why. Okay, can we talk about
real quick backstory for everyone listening.
Oh, right. I forgot that.
Crafted Cup is going through a shit ton of changes this year. We have a crew of people that work at the. We have a store
Mike
open.
Bleakley goes Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
By the way, sorry, Mike.
Mike,
we got there eventually.
Yeah, we're on delay, buddy.
Who is this guy's great? Who is he?
Mike was at the. He's just a friend of ours from high school, and he was at.
We went to high school together then, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He graduated, I think, the same year as us or the year before.
Oh, then we didn't.
Yeah. I can't remember. But in any case, Crafted Cup went through a lot of changes. We have the Poughkeepsie location, of course, but we also have a location in the Galleria Mall. Everybody who works at the Poughkeepsie Galleria doesn't really know the entire crew. I know a handful of people, and the only reason we know Shelly is because she used to come into the shop and get coffee. I know, I think I know her order off the top of my head.
What is it?
I want to say it's a large latte with 2 brown sugars.
You were very close. He was very close.
Extra hot soy miel.
Well, that's what she gets
She
now.
got that. Yeah, she got that the other day.
That's what she gets now. You were right, except I
this
think
is some
she got
sad
a medium.
shit. It's good radio. Sad shit. Good radio. So anyway, we decided to do I don't know how it came around, but
I was pushing to do Secret Santa because I knew it would make you mad, and I was really pushing for it that day because I saw him start to come apart.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
So I could care less. I mean, I
happened.
love Santa because he's got nothing to do with Jesus.
I knew that I could get you excited about it, and that was my only goal because you were being so anti-holiday.
I fucking hate the holidays,
really
man.
annoying.
This
We're
holiday,
the Church of Satan
this holiday
on here
was
for our
nothing.
Christmas episode.
This holiday was nothing but chaos and running around and crazy. But it wasn't because of the holiday. It was just because a lot of family stuff came up. And for anybody keeping track. My sister-in-law Karina gave birth to Avery, 8 pounds,
6 ounces.
You just wanted to guess
3 ounces.
No, I was thinking of Talladega Nights where he's like 8 pounds, 6 ounces.
Yeah,
for baby
so-
Jesus. Congratulations!
He's doing very well, and he has rosacea.
Oh my God, is he really tiny?
No.
Does he look like a squid?
Nah.
All
He actually
babies
looks
look
like
squid.
you know me. I fucking hate kids. and
What's
I'll call out-
rosacea again?
I don't know.
They're little skin. Like big newborns usually have some kind
He's
of skin
got very
problem.
he's got very
Like
red.
little
He looked
bumpies.
He looked like a little jaundiced. She was saying, and then I don't know. He broke out because of the formula. I don't know.
No,
Whatever.
that's super common. Super.
He's doing fine otherwise. Everything's cool.
Oh my God.
The end. So he's a good little kid so far. I
So
mean,
far.
It's because he can't move or talk.
Yeah,
because he
It's
can't
'cause
move,
just shits
talk.
and
Yeah, he
sleeps.
just yeah.
They're great at that age. Oh my God! Wow.
Now I like him when they can start getting into stuff.
But yeah, that
Making
kind of
trouble.
That like
You
Teach him to
would.
curse.
You would.
I keep forgetting that we had a week off.
Yeah.
We were supposed
the
to do
show.
a D&D episode, but that kind of fell apart, and it's better that way because I really think we should just take 2 weeks off at the end of the year every year.
Okay. If you want.
Are you
I
saying
mean-
you don't want me on every year?
It's
at
not
this
that.
week?
It's just like
recurring
with
annual
everything that goes
episode?
on. It's chaos. But that's not.
I
the
like
point.
I like doing this, unlike you.
Secret Santa. Back to it.
Right.
So Sabrina, because she has way too much on her plate already, decides to pass the buck.
Yeah, she
if you
goes,
will.
Kathleen, would you like to take the lead on this? And her fucking mouth got just maniacally wide like that. Just like that.
Yeah, the shoulders.
I
Yes,
was
please.
So excited.
And I was like, fuck, this is going to get out of control. And it is, because
Yeah.
now it is a non-denominational
Kooky.
kooky cupmas
But you chose
Pajama?
that. Oh yeah.
/ bad sweater
Yeah. sparkly
half potluck, half catered.
Yeah.
Karaoke jam.
Dude, are you gonna figure out karaoke? Yeah,
just pull up a laptop and go karaoke.
I'm just gonna
on
bring
YouTube.
I'm gonna bring my computer. I'm gonna figure it out. So
okay, great.
We'll make
yeah,
it
there's a
happen.
ton of karaoke videos on YouTube.
So fun.
So anyway, Secret Santa. We had a box full of names.
It's called Holiday Harry.
Holiday Harry. That's right.
Okay.
Because
You hate Santa.
Yeah.
Santa
I don't
hates
hate Santa. Santa's
you
fine.
hate him.
Santa's secular,
Fair.
so it's fine.
And
Santa's fine.
I mean, he's
It's
not.
Christmas.
It's so weird. It's a weird.
Yeah,
thing
I'm not going to
do
do Santa with my kids. I already told Amy that. Like, it wasn't even like we're not going to have a discussion. I'm not lying to kids about shit like that. I don't think it's healthy.
My niece and my
I
nephew
don't.
don't have Santa.
Yeah, I'm going to say like, everybody celebrates Christmas. I don't want you to be left out. This is what Christmas is. This is what it was. This is what it means to me. You can make your own decision when you have your own kids, but this is what's happening right now.
Fuck you. There's no Santa.
Yeah, I'm not
Cry all
even
you
going to
want.
do that. I'm just going to say like, yeah, these presents are from us. This is what we do. And then when my kids go to school, they're going to be like, what's Santa? I'll be like, that's a made up thing.
That's
And
what
then a
happened with my
bunch of
niece and my
fucking
nephew,
parents are going to be super pissed at me. I'd be like, that's not my fucking problem. Talk to your kid.
I like how you've had this fight already.
Yeah.
It's already planned out.
Oh, it's all there.
But actually, it's a
Yeah.
pretty common.
Oh, I've already
thing
got
today.
like a book report half written in my head about Christopher Columbus. I can't fucking wait.
I'll help you write that.
It's gonna be great. Oh yeah, I'm gonna call you up in 8 years.
I will help you.
Kid's gonna
I'll
come
be
home.
Like, I'm there.
Yeah.
5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes.
I'll be
Kid's
like,
gonna
Bruce
come
Wayne
home,
has a
he's
book
just like,
report due. Can you help?
Dad, do you
his
know
name's gonna be Bruce
do you know
Wayne.
anything about Christopher Columbus? And he's gonna be like,
Yeah, he's a
why?
cunt.
It's like, I have to do a report. Hang on a second. Goes into his safe, rifles through his files. I got one written for you. Just turn that in.
Yeah, I wrote it with my left hand.
It's just gonna say he's a cunt. Period. Just huge letters and a picture of like.
We're not gonna use it because we'll get tagged, but I'm gonna write that down.
Christopher Columbus is a cunt.
Yeah.
All right.
He sure is.
But yeah, for the Cookie Cut Miss, we put a bunch of names in a box, and everybody drew names, and I got a name, and everybody got a name except.
What'd you get?
Don't you dare! Don't you do it!
That was good.
He almost
that was good.
did.
That was good.
I would.
That's the closest anybody's come.
So upset.
So we had one name left in the box. Sabrina hadn't picked, and then one day I just kind of was like, "Wait, what about the mall people?" And that fucking threw a giant monkey wrench into your gears.
Bosch and his big heart trying to include everyone. And
so I was like, "All right, so this is what we'll do. Figure all that out. We can add more names." And Shelly happened to walk in to the shop to get a coffee, so I was like, "All right, have her draw from the box. Whatever name is in there is fine, and then we'll just put Shelly's name in the box, and then that's what Sabrina's gonna get because
and only you and I were gonna know.
Yeah,
yeah, it was a secret. It was a holiday secret.
So Shelly picks the name. I make her drink. I put it in front of her, and she goes, "So, who's Bosch?" And I was just like, "It's actually pronounced Bosch, and that's me." You've ruined Secret Santa. And I hear Kathleen go, "Shelly, no!" from across the shop.
It's like the worst thing that happened to me all year. It's like the worst moment.
And it's there. I felt bad for her because she doesn't really know us all that well,
Right.
and she
And then she was
completely
worried.
obliterated.
The second that I saw her, I was like, "So I hear you ruined Secret Santa."
You actually gave her a complex because she truly believed. I hope she's not listening to this. She truly believed that none of us liked her after that,
Oh
and
my
like
God.
went fishing for.
You
like,
gotta have. I she's fine. I talked to her for like 20 minutes the other day.
she's
but
great.
You gotta have a little bit of a thicker skin than that. I mean,
Oh, man.
I don't know what it's like at the mall, but all we do is talk shit to each other all day.
I fucking know.
Yeah.
I know. It's actually not like that. It's not like
How's
that
at
at
the mall?
actually.
Everybody's happy.
Well,
Yeah.
Holding hands.
Sort
Hands
of.
across America.
we sing that.
Yeah?
Before and after.
All
everything.
right. Before and
Um,
after every shit.
But no one really knows each other that well yet. It's only been, like a month. How long's it been? Like a month? So everyone's still kind of like doing that
almost
thing
exactly.
where you're
No,
like,
it's like 5 weeks.
everyone's just kind of
Yeah.
nice still to each other. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be like.
Thanks for helping me the other day, by the way.
Oh, no problem.
Saved my life.
Yeah. Did I? I made one
happened?
drink.
It was nice to just see a familiar face. I was very stressed.
She's
out.
by herself at the mall,
For
and
30 minutes.
Amy had to poop or something, so we went to Crafted Cup.
Did she?
I don't know. She just said she had to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
She probably just had to pee.
She probably no. I bet it was poop.
Probably.
And on the scale
So-
of hardness, I would call.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess it was a 5.
Okay. So
there's a
so
poop hardness scale.
I'm okay.
It goes
Did you
from
make
1
it
to
up?
7. 1 meaning like a boulder, and 7 meaning pudding.
It surprises me that the higher the number, the softer the defecation.
Yeah, let me look it up.
I would think it would be reversed. Don't know why.
Yeah. No, because I feel like I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, because you can't have negatives.
It's called the Bristol's.
Well,
it's called the Bristol's.
If you want to split hairs.
Here we go.
Oh, it's real. You didn't make it up.
Yeah, no, we heard about this on your mom's house. It's another
What is your mom's
It's a
house?
really great podcast that you would not like at all.
Okay.
So, all right, here's
there's pictures. Oh, gross.
So it's called the Bristol stool chart, and type 1 is separate hard lumps.
Oh, gross.
Type 2 is lumpy and sausage-like.
Sausage-like?
Mild constipation. Type 3 is a sausage shape with cracks on the surface, normal.
Gross.
Smooth. Type 4 is like a smooth, soft sausage or snake,
Why so many sausage references?
which is normal. Soft blobs with clear-cut edges is lacking fiber. Fiber spelled incorrectly.
It's a European
Not,
scale.
yeah, not if it's.
It's incorrect.
Do you think maybe it's from Bristol, England?
Oh my God, he's a genius.
Oh fuck.
That's
Type
why
6.
they spell fibre.
Type 6 is mushy consistency with ragged edges. That's mild diarrhea. Severe diarrhea is type 7, which is liquid consistency with no solid pieces. So I said it was a type 5 for her. So I think she needs more fiber.
So yours are like all 6s and 7s now. that you've had your gallbladder out.
no.
4 is like ideal. 4 is what you're looking for. That's like a good day.
When I first had
yes, I'm healthy.
when I first had celiacs, when I first was like getting diagnosed and I was having stomach problems and everything, it was type 5, type 6 all goddamn day.
Did it hurt? Like, did your tummy hurt all day?
My asshole hurt from wiping all day.
Oh, gross.
But once I got my diet under control, now it's more like type 4, type 3 average, and then type 5 sometimes.
So this is British, but I wonder if the American stool chart would be like all type
It
7
would go up to
and all
12.
normal. Yeah, because we just eat like shit all the time. It's just everything's fine.
We need
it's
a
all
new
normal. Yeah, it's garbage.
So yeah, in case anybody wanted to, I was making the. We were actually working on a Zazzle store today, and they wanted to tell us a little bit about your store. I'm like, oh well, we're a podcast out of Poughkeepsie that tells shit and dick jokes. So shit jokes, check for this episode.
Quick, dick joke, quick.
So Zazzle.com/deadradiopodcast. And you can get a shirt.
Dick joke at the ready.
No, I mean, we've got, no.
Jesus.
I have a feminist joke.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
This will be a good ending to the segment, and we can go regroup and then come back with more feminist talk, because I want to get into some feminist
We
talk.
have segments? That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does a mansplainer get his water from?
Where?
A well, actually.
Ah!
Do you get it? I think it's funny. I really like that joke. Do you understand it?
You're dead man, not in your
Oh, your fucking computer sucks.
Womp womp.
Oh
That's
my
because
God.
they're both men.
Does that suck?
You know what, Bosh?
All right, so we're gonna go. I need to go to the bathroom really bad.
Yeah, I had to pee
5 or
since before
6.
we started.
And we're 52 minutes in.
6 or
Wow.
7.
That means the conversation's going really well.
Yeah.
And we only have 2 titles so far, so that
We have 3.
it's going
Well,
even better.
we probably can't use. I mean, if you put like a bunch of stars and stuff, so we don't get flagged, I mean,
we'll see where it goes.
but I mean, like putting
Live on the edge.
cunt in the title of your video is like the neck tattoo of YouTube.
Right.
Like it's really just this is how it's going to be.
That was an excellent
Yeah.
metaphor.
Was it?
It was excellent.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. It's quick thinking. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to do some you want music on the break? I have something for the break too. Should I just do that instead?
Yeah, we'll
And
just
then-
we'll do that. and-
All right. Well, I'll do something.
Or do you want to do it coming back? We'll put music and then we'll
do my thing?
Yeah, well, let's tease what it is.
All right. Well,
This
an
is
old friend of
radio.
ours is back.
Yeah.
I will say, and he was kind enough to do a revamp his music review section, and I think it sounded good. You
Yeah,
know, he was in
I'm
studio.
excited.
It didn't take
So it's
a
gonna
long
be-
time.
yeah.
He did one take, bang, Finished
Nice.
it. Yeah.
He's a professional.
Consummate
Worked for
professional.
NPR for many years.
Cool.
Yeah, he used to do food reviews, but he was a little too what was the word?
Dry.
Dry for NPR. So
There's no such thing. How is that?
yeah, let's you want to do that now or
No, because I want Kathleen to be able to hear it.
All right,
so
so-
let's play some music. And do you have any music up?
I can. I'm not prepared for this. Actually, I just loaded a ton of music.
Is this my water?
Yes.
It is your water. You want to do plugs?
We already talked about Crafted Cup.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a show last week, so let's talk about the Barbershop by Francois.
You do it because
I don't remember any of it.
Oh my God!
It's, they do haircuts. They do a great job.
Old school shop with
There you go.
modern style haircuts. 10 IBM Road, Poughkeepsie, New York. 845-463-2300. At the Barbershop by Francois on Facebook. Check them out. They do wonderful things with hair.
It was tough for you to get to.
Yeah, a lot
Hair?
of things.
Feet. I don't.
If you
what's
listen
a
to
barber?
if you listen to the if you listen to the show a lot, you realize I have trouble getting to things.
I have
also-
music pulled up because your computer might be
Oh, I'm
a
good.
bag of dicks.
Well, let's see what
'cause
happens.
It was all skippy a minute ago.
Well, let's just try.
Is
here.
it going to do that?
Sounds fine to me.
All right.
So, yeah, we're going to take a quick break. Enjoy the soothing sounds of Francis Dean and I don't know who else.
Oh, you would hate this band.
I already
You would
hate it.
fucking hate them.
I already hate it.
Anyway, we'll be back.
This is Trent Whitman with Steam Hammer Magazine's bi-weekly music review. This bi-week, we focus on Francis Dean's newest release, Unscratchable Bitch. Can we just... excuse me, Mr. Engineer?
Yeah, Trent?
I'd prefer not to say bitch.
Okay,
Is there something else I can say?
You could say whatever you want.
Okay.
Trent, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Francis Dean's sophomore release, Unscratchable Expletive Deleted, ups the ante of their signature sound established on their previous EP, Blue York. Although only 3 tracks, Unscratchable Expletive Deleted shows a more focused Francis Dean, yet the same blistering attack and filthy swagger they've become known for. Fans of bands like the Melvins, Green River, and the Menzingers will enjoy this chaotic romp. Check out Francis Dean on Facebook at Francis Dean. Francis is spelled Frances, or check them out on francisdean.bandcamp.com. Be sure to follow Steamhammer Magazine on Facebook at Steamhammer Magazine. You can also find me on Facebook at Trent Whitman. That's TRENTWHITTEMANN. And as always, you know what we say here at Steamhammer. Keep it hard and keep it local.
This is Gavin Burt, someone who doesn't work for any radio station at all, and you're listening to the Dead Radio Podcast.
Every fucking time with this goddamn
Yeah,
thing.
you gotta update your computer every week, apparently.
And the funny thing is I just did. And here's another thing. I just updated my Mac from Yosemite
3 years ago.
Yosemite, and then they put El Capitan, then Sierra, and now it's High Sierra. I just updated it to High Sierra, and it's fine. Nothing happened. Nothing. No settings, no weird shit. Just it works now. It's crazy.
Yeah, the only thing that people ever complain about is like, I don't like the shape of this new icon. Whereas if you have a PC, you're like, it just doesn't work anymore, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either. It's fucking annoying as shit.
Kathleen, what did you think of Trent's review? It's going to be a new segment, bi-monthly, or bi-monthly.
Yeah.
Here on the podcast with our friends over at Steamhammer Magazine.
Yeah, the Steamhammer Magazine's local mag that basically obviously focuses on local musicians. They don't have any print yet, but they are on Facebook, so you can like them on Facebook.
So go like Steamhammer Magazine.
Yeah, Trent. It's literally at Steamhammer Magazine. Trent is online also, but they hired him. He did some stuff for us a long time ago, but he was reviewing bigger bands, like bands that were like, on like legit record labels and everything like that. And we kept getting pinged for copyright issues. So now he's doing local music reviews because, it's more of the focus of the show. It sits with the theme of the show. So
I thought it was
thank you, Trent.
Astute review.
Yeah, he's
enlightened.
He's very thorough.
He's very thorough. Yeah, thorough is a good word.
Thoughtful guy.
So check Trent Whitman out. He spelled his name out for you.
There's a lot of consonants in his name.
He's very dry, but I think he's a good addition to the show.
Seconded.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
How about we do What Are You Drinking?
I'm just drinking the same old shit I usually drink.
Well, you can't do it like that.
Do you want me to do it because it's going to fucking skip? Oh my God.
It's What Are You Drinking?
Just turn it off. It's fucking skipping and it's pissing me off. Until you get a new computer, you're not in charge of the soundboard anymore. Drinking
great.
Pop Commander again. You drinking leftover Prosecco?
Yes, not leftover. I opened it this morning.
Before my shift at the Crafted Cup,
44.
that could lead into a story about my transportation this morning.
Yeah, I stayed up late. I had to work today. I don't think it was worth it, but I showed up. Everything went fine. This was a bottle left over from last night that Brooke got me. It's Belushi, or I like to call it Belushi, extra dry Prosecco, and it's delicious. It was $12.99.
It's an important.
And that's pretty much it.
That's too expensive for me for Prosecco.
It's I don't like sweet freaking. I don't like sweet shit anymore, and that's Brooke's fault. But yeah, it's great. I mean, Prosecco fucking rules as long as you get a good one. And somebody a while ago, and I can't remember who the fuck it was, just was like, "There's no reason." It was Kevin at the local liquor store. I was like, "I don't know, man. I was like having fish or something one night," and he's just like, "Just get some Prosecco, it's CDP. That's good." And I don't know if I had it on the show or not, but and I was like, yeah, why not? Why can't I have a sparkling beverage not on a holiday, just on a Wednesday in the middle of June?
Celebrate Wednesday.
Celebrate Wednesday. Exactly.
It feels like you are when you pop a cork. Celebrate it.
My favorite thing ever, and like the highlight of my life, I'll remember it on my deathbed, is firing a cork across the room at my in the bridal suite, like right after we got married. We got married.
That's what you'll remember. On
we
your
took a
deathbed
Rolls
about your
Royce
wedding.
limo back to the venue, and I was very
nervous,
in the dark about everything that was going on that day because Brooke was just like, "It's better if you just
stay the fuck out of it.
It's better if you just hold out your hand so that somebody can take it and guide you to where you need to be." And then she was like, "We're going to the bridal suite. We're gonna hang out there during cock hour." We're gonna hang out there for a little while, and I got in there, and there's just bottles of champagne everywhere. So I'm like, this shit's happening right now. It's the first time I've ever done it, and it.
That was the
I
first time
fired
you
it
ever
across
opened
the room. It hit off
You
the
even
wall.
had a sword. Why didn't we do that?
Huh?
You even had a sword.
I didn't have a sword. You had a sword.
Oh, I had a sword.
So
he got married on Halloween.
I know.
Okay.
I fired.
I forgot I had a
wish I
sword.
didn't know, and I wish I just thought you had a sword.
No, I had a gun. You had a sword.
No, I did not.
I
have
had a
sword.
gun
You had
and a sword.
I didn't
Somebody
have a
else had a sword. I didn't have a sword.
Double fisting weapons.
Yeah, I had a musket.
Lovina Schlemovitz. Yeah, Schlemovitz. Says Kathleen should be a regular guest. Great show.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're doing wonderful.
I know.
Mike Bleakley said, I had a 5-6 after jalapeno poppers last night.
Mike Bleakley
That's
brought
really funny.
bacon. This is how.
Thank you, Mike.
Well, first of all, the cork thing, just to finish, I fired the cork across the room and hit the wall. It bounced back and hit Brooke square in the forehead. My
Is
wife.
that a true story?
I swear to God.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Yep.
That's
It wasn't across the room. It was like the room was a rectangle.
It was kind of like it hit the corner and then bounced straight back and hit her in the head.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Did she get mad?
She just laughed it off
It was
because
fine.
with
Good for
me,
her.
it's better to just laugh shit
Good
off.
sport. You got to pick your battles. I'm guessing. Being married to you.
Well,
that's my guess.
Yeah, Mike. This is a testament to what a great guy Mike is. It was an open door policy at my house last night for New Year's people coming in and out.
I did not get invited.
You did
just
not, and
FYI.
It's because we haven't seen you
to all
since
of the listeners.
You haven't worked at the shop since he decided he was doing this.
Good excuse.
Yeah, I should have sent
Continue.
out a text, but I assumed you were going to be
Continue.
home watching movies with your mom.
You assumed correctly.
Yeah, I thought so.
I was watching movies with my 3-year-old niece. It was awesome.
So Mike brings bacon-wrapped cheese stuffed jalapenos. And because he's a wonderful man, brought vegetarian bacon wrapped stuffed jalapenos.
You're a shit person for not inviting me.
That
to
reminds
this.
me, I forgot your seitan.
You know what? 2 disappointing things back to back.
I can bring them to you tomorrow.
Can you
I just
space it
have
out?
to remember.
No, tomorrow's the cup.
I know.
I have so much to do for that, you guys. Will you help me?
I'm going to be at the
With?
shop cleaning all morning, so
What
I'll
needs
help
to be
if
done?
I can.
I just
What do you need
I
to
just
do?
have to buy paper plates, and I don't want to do it. That's all I have to do.
That's it?
And I'm going to make some decorations.
There's a dollar store down the street.
Yeah.
From here.
I'm also going to make pigs in a blanket.
Oh Christ! I keep.
I'm going to bring my own hot dogs to put in the pigs in the blanket. Is that
You
okay?
do it. You know what? Do what makes you feel good. But the blankets are going to be already cooked.
Are they gluten free?
I know.
No.
I'll slide out
make
the
'em gluten-free.
vegan one.
Yeah, well,
and just put a real hot dog in there.
That's what she said.
I made.
I'm going to make them gluten free.
I
yes,
made
I will.
gluten free
Now
vegan
I don't even want them.
cookies.
You are a dream. That's so great. Thank you.
I don't know what I'm doing because
I'm
I was
getting you
super
gluten-free
confused.
Pizza too.
I was super confused because everybody's like, "So what are you bringing?" I was like, "I thought Tanner was getting
I
food. That was the
know.
last thing I heard." And now everyone's asking me what I'm bringing. I thought I was bringing nothing.
And then you said moonshine, and I said, okay. That's on brand for Adam. Seems right. Seems correct. So it's fine.
I don't have a lot left.
But yeah, big shout out to
We're just
Mike.
going to bring it for you, so just bring what you got. Come as you are.
Big shout out to Mike Bleakley for bringing a delicious appetizer that I finished it.
Yeah,
There
I
was
didn't get
3
to
left at the end of the night. I gave one to Jess, and I ate the last 2. And the very last jalapeno was fucking unbelievably hot. Like I
That'll
ate
happen,
the
man.
entire thing and chomp, 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 just like the rest of them. This one was a problem.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. The other ones weren't really spicy at all, but this one
Sneaky.
was ridiculous.
Hmm.
But thank you anyway. Thank you all the same, Mike. They were delicious, and I appreciate your concern. And
You're a
for-
wonderful man.
Yeah, you're a wonderful man. So yeah, and I was gonna ask you about your New Year's, but we kind of hit it.
Yeah,
on
you
we nailed it on the head.
You did.
New Year's
Wait, there's more to it.
Well, we were doing what you're drinking, and there's a little side bit to it. You're sober.
Sure am.
And
Sure as
not the
shit
first
am.
person that's been on the show.
Yeah, but
You know what?
now because of that incident, I was able to I asked you first, and you said I don't drink.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad I asked because Bill comes into the shop quite a bit. He's in recovery, and I didn't know that until I had already had 3 beers in front of him and offered him a beer. And he was
You're a
like,
real-
"Oh,
On
I'm
the
in
show.
recovery." But I make sure every single guest is aware of what we're doing, and to be honest,
You're a
it's
good
kind of like on the to maybe listen to the show one time, they would know that.
Also, it's just fine. Like, you
Yeah,
do whatever the
yeah.
fuck you want.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just gonna sip my water.
But it was definitely awkward to just be like, "Do you want a beer?" And he's like, "I can't have a beer."
Just crickets. All right. Yeah. No.
like,
So is New
Moving
Year's
on.
New Year's like a kind of like like me around Christmas for you, or
No, I don't like it or dislike it. I've had some New Years in the past, but this year, my niece and my nephew came over. My nephew's 6th birthday was 2 days ago, and he's God's gift to creation. He's a perfect little human, but he's really sick. He woke up really sick on his birthday, so we had him last night, and he was asleep by 9, and I put my niece to sleep at 9:30. Fell asleep with her, woke up, watched that goddamn movie.
did she like it?
She was sleeping.
Oh.
And then I was watching it alone with a lit candle. It was really nice. And then around
Can we just hit the brakes real quick?
me and a candle watching the movie?
Watching Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You and a candle watching The Notebook. Sure.
Me
You and a candle watching
anything.
Back to the Future.
I had to do something to make myself feel happy.
I think you put yourself in the wrong.
There's no mood. There's no mood to set to make that movie good. There's no way. There's no scene to set to help that movie. But yeah, 12:30, I was done with the movie, and I looked at the clock, and I was like, "Oh fuck, New Year," and off to dreamland I went. So it was neither here nor there. My New Year's.
It kind of
it's just such a drinking holiday, which is great. Have fun, get wasted. It's awesome. If I could, I would, but I can't.
I don't know. You get into your 30s, and New Year's is just kind of like, yeah, I guess we're hanging out and playing board games.
I fucking love board
and
games.
That's it.
Don't forget to bring board games tomorrow.
I'm bringing telestrations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring pickup sticks.
Pickups? That's not
I played it today.
You don't know what a
really
board game is. That's not a board game.
I'm gonna broaden the acceptable. Broaden the. I'm bringing pickup sticks. I'm just bringing it. It's fun.
Pickup sticks?
I played it today.
Fuck yeah, I'll play pickup sticks all goddamn day.
You know what? You were late to that, but I appreciate your enthusiasm.
I was responding to someone
as long as
online.
you're happy about it.
Yes, absolutely. I fucking love pickup sticks. You take you pull the one stick out, and you use the stick to flip the other stick off and catch it in midair.
There's a black stick that you use.
I haven't played it since I was 10.
My nephew taught me the rules again today.
Cool.
I didn't know them. It's really fun.
Did you say he has a favorite plant?
Oh, yeah. So he's got a favorite plant. It's lemon sorrel, right? Who knows what that is?
Friggin'
Nobody.
weirdo, right?
He's such a weirdo.
Sorrel's like a...
But why is that why is that a child's favorite plant? And why does a child have a favorite plant?
Well, to me, that's smart because it's sorrel's a delicacy, and lemon sorrel's kind of rare, and it has a lemon taste.
There's a better half of this story. So he's got this favorite plant, and I had this garbage tattoo that I needed to get covered up on my shoulder. So it was half covered up. In the second half, I thought I'll get my niece and my nephew's favorite plant. And my niece says violets, and her mother said violets. She agreed. She's 3, so she doesn't know. But I'm like, yeah, violets are cool. And my nephew is sticking to lemon sorrel. So I'm looking at pictures of lemon sorrel, and it looks like a dandelion. It looks like nothing. It's just like gross leaves. So I bring them to Tyler at Hudson Valley Tattoo Company.
Yes, our good friends over there.
I'll work it in. And he did. And it's beautiful, and I love it. And I was all excited that he made the lemon sorrel look great. And I get the tattoo, and I see my nephew, and I show him, and I take off the plastic, and he goes, "That's the wrong plant." And I was like, "Dude, this is lemon sorrel." And he goes, "No, that's not it. The one I like has heart-shaped leaves." So I have fucking salad tattooed on my arm for no reason. For no reason.
Can we see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pulling up a picture of
Well, I want you to pull up a picture.
Yeah.
And I want to see what's on you.
Oh yeah.
Here, pull it up on the
Let's see
thing.
if we can do it this way. I wonder if I could. It's getting there.
Fuck, that's fucking funny. God damn it, still does it.
See the leaves? The salad?
So the
salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones on the side.
Salad fingers. Remember salad fingers?
I love salad fingers.
These are his fingers.
So these are the ones that he likes.
Yes. Yes.
And then
this is what I have.
And then I'll when you just pull up lemon sorrel.
It's all over too. It's like the
Yeah.
whole circumference. My whole arm.
I mean, you could work it in there.
So this is
Still
lemon.
like
This
Tyler
is lemon
worked it.
sorrel when you just Google it.
That's it. That's what I have.
Oh, yeah, that's spinach.
I have spinach. See it?
Yeah, it looks great.
Don't patronize me, Adam.
Well, hang on.
No, I just love the fact that there's a kid who just loves lemon sorrel.
He's
That's
the
crazy.
weirdest
He was a
kid.
motherfucker
But
enough
I'm
to be
so
like,
happy with it. He's
that
like,
permanent
no,
thing on your arm is
want to know what I
incorrect.
imagine?
Ma'am.
You want to know what I
He didn't
imagine
even
him
flinch.
being
He was
like?
like, no, that's not it.
I imagine him being like the kid from The Ring. Have you seen? You haven't seen The Ring.
I've seen The Ring.
You know the kid from The Ring who's just like a 42-year-old in a little 5-year-old body?
Yeah.
That's my nephew.
He's just like, Mom, I made pancakes for breakfast. Yours are in the oven. I already finished.
That's
and goes to bed.
exactly. That is my nephew. Cuter than that, but like a tiny old man.
So like a not
He's
evil
great.
version of Damien.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would make
You see,
you
that's
guys
why
laugh.
I'm naming my kid Bruce. Because I really feel like a child named Bruce is going to be like that.
I mean, you would hope because if he's like a knucklehead.
Can you imagine
his
just
name's
a
Bruce.
child named like a little 5-year-old named Bruce schooling you on Christopher Columbus?
I have a lot here.
I would love that.
First of all,
Questions.
I want your nephew. Please come back to me in 8 to 9 years, and then let me know how this fucker turns out, because that is when I want to know.
Yeah.
No,
how
the
this
day
is.
he turns
is
18,
God's gift to the world.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
the day
the-
that he turns
He always will
18,
be.
he's gonna go and get a fucking lemon sorrel tattoo.
He better.
And he's gonna be like, Aunt Kathleen, this is the one.
That'll be the best moment.
Or
of my
he's
life.
going to be
He calls
a
me
giant piece of shit.
No.
It's possible.
It is not
I'm
possible.
just saying
He's
it's
a
possible.
perfect angel.
There's a 30% chance that this kid
No,
turns out to be a
there's
piece
a
of
0%
shit.
chance. Also, he doesn't call me Aunt Kathleen. He just calls me Lean.
Okay.
He just started that one day. He just yells from the other room like, Lean!
Right
What?
See,
Who are you talking to?
I like this kid. I'm rooting
He's
for
Yeah,
amazing.
him. Don't
but
make
there's
no
a good
mistake
chance,
about it.
There's a good chance that this is all sociopathic tendencies.
Yeah, what you are saying to me is just like, I like this kid. I like him a lot. However, there's those kids that are, like you said, the 40-year-old in a
Yeah, he's like
10-year-old's
that.
body or
He just-
8-year-old's body.
And then a psychiatrist is like, that's a dissociative personality disorder. And you're like, but I thought it was cute.
I don't like kids
I'm
who
gonna
think
beat
they're
you
too.
both to death
I don't like children.
right now. I'm gonna beat
Everybody
you
knows
both.
I don't like children. I don't like children that are too children-y, where they like
How dare
tell
they?
you stupid stories.
Don't act your age, you fucking
and they,
5-year-old.
they're just. It's fine, and they're loud, and they run around, and they have like unlimited amounts of energy. I don't like those fucking children.
Because they're you.
And I don't like the children that are way smarter than they should be. Like, or they think they're smarter than they should be. However, they are pretty intelligent considering their age, but they're still stupid compared to a 30-year-old, 35-year-old. Well, I'm pretty stupid, so I mean, like, anyway, 20. We'll call it that. However, he's still stupid.
You're stupid because I'm older.
Yeah, it's just an
I'm
Ari.
older and I'm
Ari
smarter than
Shaffir
you.
had a joke on his latest special. He's just like, oh, he's really smart for a 4-year-old. Yeah, but he's really dumb for a 35-year-old. So that's what I mean. Like,
I guess
It's like saying
that's
fast for a
right.
Honda.
yeah, exactly. So
Sure.
I like that little gray area where they're cool but not annoying,
That's my
which is like
nephew.
a unicorn type thing.
That's my nephew, dude. I'm telling you, because
All
he doesn't run around. He doesn't yell. He's very sweet. He's very thoughtful. But he comes out with these phrases, and I just feel like, where could you possibly have heard that? Or just like,
Sounds like me.
he's just a
No, it's-
perfect
no.
gift. I love him more than anything. And my niece is great too. Shout out.
She's
to
she's
Clara.
fine.
My mom and I do this thing where we talk about my nephew way more.
Well,
than
but
my
she's not a
niece.
person yet.
I know, that's what
Yeah.
I said, but everyone's like,
Yeah.
you can't say that shit. She's
Yeah.
like, she's cute now. She's 3. She's always been cute. She's very sweet. She's gotten really affectionate. She talks a lot, but she is loud and she does run around and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like kids. I like kids when they're like still can't talk but moving around. That's
So
super
cute.
entertaining.
Mhm.
And then skip ahead until they're 5, and then you could start teaching them stuff. Yeah, that's the fun part.
It's those.
And then once they hit about 8, you start to see what kind of person they're going to be. And then sometimes you're like, I'm done with you till you're like 16.
So you just give up.
And then
No, I don't give up. I just
you
acknowledge the fact that we're no longer friends.
You don't give up. You revisit.
Call me in 8 years.
Yeah, you revisit.
You revisit.
And then you go, oh, you're even worse now. Well,
That's- yeah.
we
Oh,
can't
now
be
you're into
friends.
Pokemon. Yeah.
But
I'll
that's
see
like-
you next Christmas.
But today that could be like 30-year-old. Like people are
Yeah,
just into Pokemon.
I know. I was too old for Pokemon both times that it happened.
Everyone is too old
Yeah.
this time, and yet they're still partaking. Everyone's
Crazy.
too old.
You see the creeps across the street?
Sure do.
Have you seen the guy with the leather holster for his battery backup?
No.
Yes.
For his
He has a leather drop leg holster. It straps to his belt and then straps around his thigh, and it's got a big leather clasp and buckle, and he's got a battery backup in there to plug his phone into to play Pokemon.
That's a baller
He
move.
he has hair down to the middle of his back, and he's 39 or 40.
Yes.
He's a master class
He's
nerd.
a piece of shit.
He's my hero. He's my hero.
Is he a piece of shit?
He's
not a
the
piece of
worst
shit.
kind of
But here's the
person.
thing: he's so committed to something, and for that I applaud him.
He's committed to
fine,
something
man.
very
taken it
useless.
all-
He's definitely
sure,
not committed
but
to
at least
any
he's
kind
committed.
of interpersonal relationships. He's probably got a life-size sex doll that
Yep.
may or may
Oh, one
not.
of those realistic ones from Japan.
Yeah, that may or may not look like
Put
an
it up
elf.
in my closet. Oh God.
Yeah.
I hope not.
That doesn't make sense to me.
I hope not.
It's because you're not that fucking guy.
What were we
Makes
talking
perfect
about?
sense to him. I
We were
don't know.
talking about children, and now we're on sex dolls.
Yeah.
We made
For
the leap.
anybody keeping
We
score
made
on
the
their
leap.
dead
They
radio,
didn't think it was possible,
on their
but we
dead
did
radio
it.
bingo cards.
Oh my God, you should have those.
We should have
You
those.
should
We
have
probably-
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just have them available on like Facebook, like it's
Yeah,
a,
you can
like,
print
just
it
a
out.
photo. You
Yes.
print it out, and you just hit play bingo,
And
and
you
whoever
give
gets bingo, you get
people-
like a
you give
So
prize.
people
what
stuff,
what would
yeah.
it be? I mean, it would be like sex dolls, dick stuff, like the bell ringing.
Dick
Yeah.
stuff is too
I'm really bad
general.
at this today. There we go.
Yeah, so like a bell ring, dick humor, shit humor, sex dolls. Sex dolls is a good one, I think.
We've covered a lot of these bases.
Or sex dolls / sex toys. We can make one up.
Transgendered porn stars.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
We can make this whole thing
Yeah.
work.
I'll
I think
make
we,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you make it like an Excel or something, make it in Excel.
I don't have Excel. I have a Mac. No, I'll do it in Photoshop. It'll just
Alright.
be like a. It's
And
gonna
then
be
you
great.
print it out, and then we'll give you
Yeah.
if you win every week. If
Does
you get
Zazzle have
bingo.
like those bingo markers?
What's that?
Put our
What's a
logo on it.
bingo marker?
It's a big marker that makes it's like a giant Sharpie.
You play
makes
a lot
a
of
dot.
bingo?
No.
But the problem with
I have grandparents.
but the problem
So do I. I don't know.
no, but the problem with
bingo,
that is it
you
can't
need
be a stable thing because
No, you get
it has
a
to be
coin. You get, like-
randomized.
no.
Do you know what a bingo card looks like?
You keep the card. You keep the bingo card as is, and then you.
You're
have,
talking about doing it like on the computer?
Wait, how does bingo work?
Bingo does. You guys don't know what bingo is.
Where am I?
I mean,
So
well,
bingo, you have a square card.
You
that
don't know
has
how bingo works.
Yes, I do. You have a square card, numbers on one side, letters on the other. The thing comes up. It says B2.
Oh, that's
so
right.
you click. So you go across. It looks like a multiplication table. It looks like that, right? And then you have a bingo
Are you
marker.
Googling bingo?
Yeah.
And then you have a mark. It's like a giant marker.
No.
Yeah, it's
no.
huge.
You have like a cardboard disc that you just place on top of the square because you want to be able to reuse your card. If you guys make these cards, you can't make unlimited.
It's because they're.
Yeah, but the card needs to be randomized. It can't be the same number all the time. No, because
The
if we
card
do like,
can't be randomized.
it has
you
to be
wouldn't-
because if we like if like
So okay, so what you're talking about right now, is hiring someone to design a smartphone app. Do we have the money for that?
I'll do it.
Can you design a smartphone app?
I sure can.
for free.
Okay.
No, I can't do that. I can't even use the internet. I can't.
Yeah, but what I'm
So you were just saying you're willing, not that you can.
So,
Exactly.
but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, if
Willing,
we
not
develop a
able.
bingo card for Dead
Mhm.
Radio, right,
Mhm.
and it's like let's say the top left-hand corner square is sex dolls / sex toys.
Mhm.
Every time we say that, everyone who has the card is going to stamp that one.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means everyone fucking wins.
So you
if
need
we
to
get bingo.
so you need to
But you
make
put it in a
no,
different
so you need to make
place.
30 different versions of it, and then they need to mail us a self-addressed stamped envelope and we mail it to them. We're going to do it old school.
No. Have them just take a picture and then tag your Instagram or something.
Yeah, whoever does it first.
And
Because
then-
the randomization comes in from us talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not going to be doing like the
Yeah.
you're not going to do like B3 because
Yeah,
you're only
and it
going
also
by
wouldn't
the-
happen in one episode because you got to get them in a row.
I know.
It might.
Yeah.
It's like bingo should be like a
So
rarity.
so here's how it would work. Here everybody has the same card, right? They have their card.
No.
We start playing when we say everybody has their card. The first episode that we start doing it, we say the game starts now, right? Then when someone wins, they post a picture and then the game starts over.
But then everyone's going to win. They have to
No,
be
but the
different.
first person to
then
call
it's
it
just a
in.
race and it's
but
not
that
bingo.
but then that means that that they have to be listening.
I say you randomize it. Everyone agrees with me.
I think
Sure.
we should
but then people can't print it out at home. We actually have to send it to them.
We should look online. Maybe there's a website where you can randomize
yeah.
stuff. We can create your own bingo card, and it's constantly randomized.
That
Okay.
has to exist.
I don't think it
exists.
has to exist.
I think it does. It exists.
Especially because this isn't how bingo works.
Oh, this is how Dead Radio
Yeah,
bingo
yeah.
works.
It's
Yes.
its own thing.
Yeah, it's a different thing. It's not really bingo because with bingo you have a grid and then it's
I mean, it's bingo-esque.
triangulated.
It's bingo-esque.
Yeah, bingo-esque.
Is that
DRB.
considered mansplaining?
He
No.
was doing it to another. He answered your question.
That is like a man thing, right?
That was really funny.
No,
actually.
This is my transition into the feminist.
You
talk.
can't. You can't answer whether you're mansplaining if you were the one possibly mansplaining. Then
Well,
you're just digging a hole.
I don't think you were.
I was
just-
talking to a man and a woman.
I felt like you were talking
So,
more to Bosch.
although
but you
funny
listened
Freudian
to
slip,
me.
I
You
said a man
definitely-
and a woman. So I pointed at the wrong gender.
We do have similar haircuts.
We do. We do. Yep. We do.
So, for those who don't know.
I think we just need to keep it simple and maybe have like a mailing list. We'll email you your bingo card, and there's like 50 of them that are different.
We have to get
so they're
like
all
nice card stock or something like that, too.
We'll just print it out. We'll just print it out at the coffee shop.
Yeah, just on a piece of paper.
Thanks, Tanner.
Like we'll hand draw it and then photocopy it, and then we'll send those out.
No, like
piece of
do you remember
like
dittos?
Tear out, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the purple ink.
I don't remember that.
No, they phased them out when we were in like probably 2nd or 3rd grade. It's a roller. It's like an old school printing press. So it's a roller that has the stuff on it and had this like purple ink. It was before like every school had Xerox machines. Fucking spin the thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
All right. Sounds like a real grandpa story.
I mean, this was
Right?
when I was in like a Catholic school
Did
too.
you walk
so.
up?
I'm finding out more and more that this millennial.
I went to Catholic school too.
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
I don't know. It was 2nd grade. I don't remember the name of the school.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I remember my 2nd grade school.
No, actually, it was 1st grade.
St. Martin's.
St. Martin.
How could you imagine if we went to the same?
I went to St. Mary's in 1st grade.
Yeah.
I was
so
gonna
it
say
was
St.
it was
Mary's.
until 1st.
There's
grade.
only 2 around here, right?
Yeah.
I went to them both.
Well, this was in
Womp womp.
where the hell did I live? Hawthorne.
Oh my
New
God.
York?
In Westchester?
Mhm.
My mom grew up in that town.
Yeah.
They say Westchester is
We're
the
gonna go down this
Bestchester.
conversation and find out we're like cousins or something.
So we can get married in Rhode Island. Call that.
Nice.
Thank
well
you.
done. For those who don't know, Kathleen is a militant feminist.
I don't like that, but okay.
I just wanted to.
I am a feminist.
Yeah.
I'm a feminist too.
Bullshit.
Anyone who's like, yeah, of course women should make the same amount of money as men, that's a feminist.
Well,
rebuttal.
Debatable.
Okay.
I would sure, and I mean, hopefully everyone thinks that in the world.
Well, they don't, but
I know.
but I do.
But I would argue that feminism encompasses social, economical, and political equality.
Oh, sure. And I'm 100%
And you
for that.
agree. Great.
Yeah. I'm 100% complete equality. I think when feminism becomes demonized mostly by white men, it's when they think that all feminists want more than men, that they deserve more than men, and that they want to beat men down to get it. And I think that it's probably going to take a little ebb and flow. There may need to be some beating down to get to equality, but I don't think any feminist is going, I deserve more than a man.
No. The thing
I mean, there are probably outliers out there, just like there are outliers for racial equality that say, like, white people should be slaves for 100 years to make it even.
I kind of agree with that. White people are the white
See what I'm
people.
saying?
White people
are the worst.
White people are the worst, but
are the
I
worst.
didn't do anything.
No one should be a
Yeah.
slave, but
Yeah, so-
white people could use a taste of our own medicine. We
Yeah.
are the absolute worst. I think that you're right about,
Yeah.
and it mostly being white men. Sorry, white guys, but it's true that men seem to think that feminism has more to do with them than it does women.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's not about men. It's not about hating men. It's not about thinking poorly of men. It's more about the patriarchy being the problem.
You're not using the safe word properly.
How do I use
You're
it?
supposed to say that if you want the conversation to stop.
Patriarchy? No.
Explain the patriarchy to me.
Really?
Woman-splain it to us.
Woman-splain the patriarchy.
So patriarchy, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it is.
But, you know, for our listeners.
Okay, so it's a social system that we live in that values the voices and experiences of men over anyone else's. So, and that sort of permeates our culture in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Laws and social
It's kind of interesting
situations
because for a second there, I was just like, what is with this fucking aggro feminist shit that's going on?
Sure.
And like, that's my first reaction. And usually the first reaction is always a little bit out of
Yours
control.
is 100% wrong every time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people are like that.
Because
It's
like every
emotional.
argument we've ever had, you've either gone, you know what, I see what you're saying, or you know what, you completely changed my mind.
Yeah.
That's it. Always at least goes to the middle. It's never like, no, I was right the whole time. You know?
I tend to be like that too.
Yeah.
I have kind of visceral emotional reactions to things that I don't understand, and then I gotta calm down.
You sit back,
And
you read something, and you learn. You go, oh fuck, you know what? You're right, and then you go from there.
The good thing is that you sat back and read something, because there's a lot of people that don't.
Well, it's not so much read
Or,
shit.
you know,
It's just
listen.
like, just being aware.
I don't read. I mean,
yeah,
let's
I
not go crazy.
I think all of your information.
I don't want people to think I'm a nerd.
all of your
let's not go
information, I
nuts.
think all of your information comes from your wife.
No.
In some way, shape, or form.
I sit and I process shit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I feel like...
I have an
feel like
initial
a lot
reaction.
Of
I
yeah,
stick
you have
with
an
it,
initial reaction.
and then if I decide to go deeper into that reaction to like pull it apart, that's when I go down the rabbit hole, and then I come back up saying, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I think everyone should really, honestly, do that anyway. you
Yeah,
know?
it takes me longer. You
But-
know, I flip-flopped on a lot of things that I was super, super passionate about. And I've gone like, yeah, I was completely 100% wrong. But sometimes it takes me a year to get to that point. You know, it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As long as you're open-minded a little bit to things.
Yeah,
change.
I was picturing in my head like me saying something to you and you going, I kind of agree, but let me run it by Brooke, and Brooke going, oh yeah, you should agree with that.
That's usually the case. 'Cause
I
she's
love
got
that.
good
Not that you don't
instincts.
have your own ideas. It's just you need to go, Brooke, Brooke.
How should I think about this?
She's your voice of reason.
Yeah,
Good.
in a
What-
sense.
What is that?
What's what?
The
Oh,
picture.
There's a
I was
picture.
I've been wondering that this whole time.
I've never noticed
There's a
that before.
picture that my mom. There's a frame of a still from our movie that
Yeah,
we
it's
did.
an outtake from our movie
What
that I put on
movie?
Instagram. We made a movie. It's called Dead Radio Podcast, the movie.
Yeah, colon the movie.
How do
Yeah.
I find it?
And this
You
is,
just go to YouTube and type in Dead Radio Podcast, colon the movie.
it's very simple, but no one's watched it.
Yeah, it's got like
Um,
37 views.
So yeah, my mom
That
took
all
a
changes tonight.
my mom took a still of me doing Tai Chi and an Iggy Pop backbend
Wow.
at the train station when we were filming.
And framed it.
and
I
framed
love
it.
that. Was that your Christmas gift?
Yes, it was one of my Christmas gifts.
That's awesome. Your mom has great hair.
Yes, she does. That's where I get it from.
Good.
It's not styled now because I took a shower and I didn't want to put gunk in it.
What were we talking about when I just totally derailed it? I'm sorry.
Schmeminism.
Feminism and then introspection.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are being so nice about feminism right now.
Yeah, I'm
it took a
like we give
second
you a
because-
lot of shit,
Yeah,
but
you
it's-
usually give me a lot
we
of
give you a lot
fucking
of shit because
about
it's
it.
super funny.
Because it gets me real
And then
riled
like
up.
he's a little worse than I am, I think, with the feminism stuff because like I've never said good thing a man was here to open that jar for you.
He does that because it pisses me off.
Yeah.
But Bosch is really great about watching his language, his gendered language.
I try.
He is.
I try really hard.
Here's
but
the
I
thing.
also think it's okay to admit that it is hard sometimes.
Of course it is. Yeah.
And
I
I'm
think-
glad that you understand that
Yeah.
because in the past year with the more fluid gender normative things, it's been very hard to just the pronoun stuff. It's very difficult. And I've never until this summer I'd never met anyone who was gender non-binary.
We went to school and learned the English language, and now
Yeah.
we're being told that the English language is flawed in a way. I mean, like
The thing
Sweden. Here's
yeah.
the thing: Sweden has a word
Yeah.
for someone who's
Gender
non-binary.
non-binary.
I can't remember the actual you know word, but they have it and they use it, and that's what they use. But in the English language, we don't have that yet.
We haven't caught
Yeah,
up.
we've kind of
We've come up
they've
with some
adopted
stuff.
they and them, but I don't think that that's enough.
I think it's
'cause
important. I think
it's-
you're right, and
yeah.
it's important to acknowledge that these things, myself included, like of course, we're all learning.
Yeah.
And it's important to acknowledge that it's uncomfortable to change the way that we see things. And I think that especially within the feminist movement, if you want to call it a movement, and myself included, it's easy to be really judgmental if like you're not totally up to speed on every new thing that's
Yeah.
happening. You're not being 100% intersectional all the time. And I make mistakes all the time, you know? And I have a lot of friends who are really considerate of that. But sometimes it's easy to kind of get really judgy because I don't know. That's how people are.
I think it's kind of one of those like.
But yeah, we can cut each other some
slack. We grew up in a time where it was totally fine to say fag.
Oh.
It was totally fine. Everybody said it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And now I won't say that, but there was a transition period where it never meant a disparaging thing towards a gay person. It was just an insult. But you acknowledge the fact that needs to change. You change, but you need to also go, there's going to be a transition period because it's a habit and you have to break it.
Here's the thing. You remember? You know who Louis C.K. is? He jerks off in front of women.
Yeah, I fucking know who that fucking guy is.
He had a show called Louis.
Yeah.
And in that show, he had a quick segment in the beginning of one of the episodes where they had a discussion about using the word fag. And he
was also in a stand-up.
One of his gay comedian friends was in the role where he was explaining why it's a fucked up word, even though you're joking. And he was just like, because with that word comes years and years and years of pain and torture and just, self doubt and everything. So when it's not so much that you're using the word as to be mean. You're just using the word as a joke, even though it is a joke.
But the fact
it still
that
carries
joking,
weight.
It's really not his to use.
So
right?
he was. So from
it's
what
not his pain.
Exactly.
Using that specific example, he was just like, when you're on stage and you're doing it, and it's obviously a joke, it's fine. But using it in your everyday vernacular, you are saying like it doesn't matter how I feel about it. But as a joke on stage, it's okay. There's a like. We said cunt before. Like on this show, in this atmosphere with a dildo on the table, like it's okay. But I'm not going to be in the coffee shop saying cunt really loud.
And I mean, you didn't call me a cunt.
No.
Because I wouldn't have liked that very much.
No, we called Christopher Columbus a
Columbus
cunt. And he is a cunt.
He's a cunt.
So
that was appropriate.
Yeah.
I
think that... I mean, we're getting a little off track. Yeah, and then at the end of that bit, Nick DiPaolo was like, "Quit being such a fag about it."
Yeah, and
it was really funny, and everybody laughed. And it was
but I think it's hard, and
no one got jerked off on
that day.
Sorry,
not that day. I think it's hard to know too, kind of every person's. So like, I don't ever use that word, but I think it's hard because it's hard to know people's comfort level. It's hard to know. Not every person is going to be okay with that. Not every person is going to be okay, even when it's used in a joking, joking way. I don't feel like words like that necessarily can, for me, ever feel okay, even when they're in a joke. But that's just me, and so I think it's hard to navigate. I think it requires a lot of communication, and I think it requires a lot of uncomfortable communication and open-mindedness, even when things feel weird and foreign.
Yeah,
listening
and I
to
mean,
people's experiences and honoring them.
I had a conversation with I forget their last, Asia from Orange Is the New Black. She came in. She was a regular. They.
Who's Asia from Orange Is the New Black?
The neck tattoo.
I'm trying to. I can't remember the last name.
They came into our shop over the summer. I don't think you were there. They came into our shop over the summer multiple times. Adam shamelessly approached them to come on the show and got politely turned down.
It was because
you had to go for it.
They came out as gender non-binary, and was in the middle of a press blackout because it was too much. So I think I'm just trying. It's hard.
You're doing it.
Yeah. So they were willing to come hang out, but couldn't do it at that time. So maybe next year during Powerhouse. But I'm on like a first name basis with Asia. It's great.
Look at you.
Yeah.
I think empathy is another thing.
Sure.
When my uncle is gay, but my mom's uncle is gay. However, I don't have any contact with him, unfortunately. I remember him from when I was a kid, but that's it. So throughout, growing up and everything, I really didn't have any gay friends that I knew of. I did, but it was like a acquaintance more type thing. Then when you start getting family, and then you start saying to yourself, oh, well, yeah, this is fucked up because now, if somebody you care about can be injured by this kind of, these kind of thoughts or language or whatever the hell. And the feminist thing too. Brooke is, she broke me. I couldn't picture myself with anybody who wasn't like a strong, like aggressive woman like she is,
Because you're such a weak man.
Man, exactly. I need
balance.
balance.
That balance. Yeah.
See right there, mocking softness in a man. We could say it's part of the problem.
Oh yeah, it is definitely part of the problem.
Let men cry. Just saying.
No, it's not about that. It's more just he has like he just
not.
has like a weak personality. And
I buckle
has
like
a
a
weak
belt.
constitution. It has nothing. I'm not calling him a woman. I'm just saying he's a very weak man.
A weak constitution?
You
He gets really cold.
You should see the you should see the definition of my arms.
He breaks bones,
It's
always
really
brittle
bad.
bones.
Yeah, there's a video. Well, actually,
Drinks
the
a
full
lot of
video is
tea.
coming out soon. He's like shirtless the whole time. and
This
it's-
fucked me
yeah.
up so bad.
It's upsetting.
You didn't know? Karina's who just had who had baby Avery, her wife Jess, who is Brooke's sister, watched a quick video of me getting a tattoo with my shirt off and said, Ryan has a boy body. And I went, oh, fuck.
So it's like a large little kid.
And it became a truth for you, and now you can't.
now
you
I'm
can't
watching.
unsee
He's like,
it.
I stopped
he's like
eating.
researching some gym memberships.
Yeah,
and-
You can't
I'm like,
unknow this about yourself.
I'm not putting like, Chipotle mayo on shit. I'm not.
What does
know,
that have to
I'm
do
gonna
with
start,
having a big boy body?
I'm gonna
Mayo.
start eating
There's
better.
no
I'm gonna start hitting the
definition.
gym.
He's just flat
I have
everywhere.
to start working out more. I have all the equipment here.
Amorphous.
I'm not in shape
child.
either. It's just nobody like I also wouldn't take my shirt off on video.
I think it's
Yeah,
worse.
but you're not gonna get caught like, yeah, he has a boy body. I don't
Yeah.
have, I have a boy body.
But I would get like, look at
insane.
that fat guy. Like we all have our crosses to bear, but that's pretty funny.
I'm really tall.
Yeah.
Are we just self-deprecating? I'm really tall. I don't like it. No, I don't care. I like it now.
Yeah. So I gotta fix my boy body.
You do it, but
And,
you know what?
But what
Just
I was
love-
getting
love
at.
the body you're in.
Yeah, what I was getting at, it was just, you find that you're, once it hits close to home, it's not it's still funny. It's not as funny anymore, but it's still funny. Like I still,
Come on. Yeah, like I have friends that are non-binary, and when I'm talking about them to my mom, for example, who's awesome, who works super hard at being up to speed on all of these things, but she's almost 60, so it's not super easy for her to change.
Well, yeah, because like first and foremost, someone has to tell you that that's how it's supposed to be
Exactly.
before you're corrected by the person that you just insulted.
Right. And
sometimes it's people are just okay. I get it. I understand. Can you give me a second?
Yeah.
Just let me know, and now I know, and then I'll try and not fuck
I
up.
think a lot of people are like, just from what I'm gathering lately, really lately, within the past 6 months, is most people are just fine with talking and letting slips and everything happen, just as long as the conversation's happening and they're letting you become aware of what's happening, and then you can work from there.
Like I said,
I think it's
with
nobody
Asia,
jumps down
like
your
I was
throat
saying
right away.
I think
before,
most
with
people are
with
reasonable.
Asia, there were a couple of times, like we talked for like a half an hour one day, and there were a couple times like I caught myself we didn't have like a real in-depth conversation. She was like, "It's fine, thank you for trying," and that was it.
I think most.
Yeah.
I mean, in my experience, that's how my friends are. I mean, because I've had slips, like people, you have slips, and my friends are always fine with it. And I think you're right. I think it's about trying. And then I try to think about like how hard it would be if I were in their shoes and I was trying to, and like I had to be the one to correct someone. How scary that would be. And like you have no idea how people are going to react. And that's like terrifying.
And some people are super like aggro
Terrible.
about those things.
Yeah.
They're just like, "Excuse me,
See, I don't
and
think
like anybody who starts with "excuse me," I don't like them. Like that's that.
I
don't care how you identify. If I don't like you, I don't like you.
I don't even think it's
I say
some
excuse me all
people.
the
I
time.
think it's very few fringe people.
Yeah,
I really
I
do.
agree. I think for the
it's
most
and
part,
that
people
comes
are
back
very
to
reasonable.
the feminazi stereotype, because there are very very few women that are actually like that, right?
You
You
like
hate
that
that,
word?
right?
No, I don't.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's the thing.
but
And
that's how a lot
people-
of dudes, they see feminism and they go, gonna call him a feminazi.
Well, that's because
You know?
they're afraid, and they
Yeah.
they justify their unwillingness to budge based on a very, 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 very small percentage of people who take. But I also I back those feminazis because I understand their experience more than the white guy who doesn't want to listen.
I should have videotaped my father when I explained to him about the non-binary thing, because there's someone in my family that's going through a transitional phase, they're transitioning, and they're identifying as non-binary. He knows this person, and I was trying to explain to him what the deal is. I thought his head was gonna explode.
Did he try?
He was very respectful, considering who he is. My father he was born in the 50s. He hunts. He's a mechanic. He's a carpenter.
Checks all the boxes.
He's a fucking
He's a
man.
real dude.
He's got a mustache. He's had a mustache since he could grow a mustache.
He wears plaid.
And the thing is,
he wears fleece. He wears
we've had
rope. The
T-shirts
braided
in the winter.
the braided belts, carpenter pants. He's a fucking dude.
Yeah.
See, and the thing is
But he
with
tried.
guys like your dad is he got to have 20 years of making fun of transgendered people.
Yes.
And it was completely socially acceptable. So it's tough. It's got to be kind of tough to make this transition into you can't do that anymore. So it's not excusing it, it's understanding why it's harder for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas we definitely had a good amount of time to kind of laugh, poke fun. RuPaul, everybody's like, oh, that's a dude, right? You're gay because you thought she was pretty. That was definitely a thing that
Men
people
are
did.
so fucking stupid.
But that's exactly. It was exactly like you see this chick, she's so hot, right? She's a dude. You're gay. Like that happened a lot.
That happened to me at a party.
That's never
They were
happened
like, here,
to
check out
me.
this picture.
because
Men are idiots.
because you were not a dude in the
Men are
90s.
That happened to me at a
fucking
party, and
Yeah.
somebody was showing me a picture of this Taiwanese.
I don't know.
Sure. Thai.
Thai, yeah.
Thai-
that's-
this
yeah.
Thai-
No,
it is.
that's from Thailand. This is a terrible
Oh,
conversation.
Taiwan, not Thailand. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Taiwanese.
Okay.
It's not a terrible conversation.
No, it's Thailand.
We're just trying to find the proper nomenclature.
I'm sorry, it's Thailand.
So
Stupid.
she wasn't from
She was Thai.
Taiwan. She was from
Thai.
Thailand.
She was a
so
lady
she's
boy.
Thai. Yeah.
And I kind of had a feeling that this was coming anyway,
Sure.
but I just looked at the picture. I was just like, I looked at the picture and I was just like, all right, they're trying to trick me here, but I don't fucking care because she's a hot fucking chick.
Yeah, that's
And I was
all
just
right
like,
too,
she's hot.
everyone.
Would you do her? I'm like, I sure would. That's a dude. Would you still do her? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hot chick.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what you're fucking looking at, but I'm looking at a hot girl.
Yeah. You're attracted to what you're attracted to.
And then there's the
There's the spectrum.
Bailey J conversation
Yeah.
that we've gone through that a bunch of times.
Yeah. Ryan Bosch really likes a transgendered porn star.
It's
See,
like-
this is a great box on the bingo thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Transgender
exactly.
porn star.
Yeah.
Specifically Bailey J. Yeah, it was like a turning point for me.
Can you show me this person?
She's very pretty.
I can. I have her at the ready.
Yeah.
I'm
She's,
sure you do.
Her penis is way bigger than mine.
Kudos.
Yeah.
So I'll do
Way to go.
this. Don't
Way
look-
bigger than most people's, I think.
I'm gonna put
Well
I'll
done,
put it on
Bailey.
I'll put it on the big screen. The big screen.
She
Do
used
it
to live
yourself.
around us. She used
Oh
to
my
live
God,
here,
she
and then
is
she
really
moved to
pretty.
Florida.
She was a Poughkeepsiean.
The resolution looked great.
Excellent hair.
What is happening?
Your computer's a bag of shit.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's Bailey.
Are you
beautiful.
familiar with the Chive? It's like it's like an app that guys look at, and it's stupid. You wouldn't like it. It's
Okay.
very not feminist.
Okay.
But once in
Oh,
a
she's
while, she'll make it into galleries, and I'm like, I wonder if they know. That's super funny to me because the normal.
Because they're just like
the
super
normal like
bro-y
jerk,
and like
it
ridiculous.
like just loves blonde chicks with big tits, and then they're looking at this and they're like, that chick's hot, and they don't know. I
Men
really
are
enjoy that.
So stupid.
And then there's that.
She's still very good looking.
Yes, she's very pretty. That's just the one thing that I'm not into.
Yeah, that
One
shook
little-
that shook me to the core when I
Yeah.
found her out. I was like, all right, let me see what all the hubbub is about. And I've used that
for
word before.
a solid
I was just like,
a solid 12 weeks. This show was only about drones and Bailey J. That's all it was about. I wanted to talk about drones. He wanted to talk about
figuring
women
out
with
my
penises.
sexuality.
Was that your peak?
Huh?
That was the peak of the podcast.
No, that was kind of the rock bottom,
Sure.
and then we started having guests.
And then we pulled it back.
Yeah,
And then we pulled it together.
we took a few weeks
Nowhere
off,
to
and
go
then
but
started
up.
having guests in every week, and the show's gotten much better since.
Good.
I don't know how we got
Yeah.
from feminism to trannies, but
It's all
Yeah, but
inclusive.
tranny's not a good
Tranny's
word
not
either.
a good word. I looked at you.
Yeah.
I gave you that fucking death stare, and I didn't even have
So,
to say anything.
the reason
just
that
knew it.
it's
We
just
haven't
'cause
even known each other that
she
long,
uses
Bosh.
that term all the time on her podcast.
Oh, well, that's hers
yeah.
to use.
Well, yeah, of course, but
She
that's why it's kind of normal for But I think if there was, what is the term? Is it just transgendered? Because transgender doesn't apply to just that.
No.
Transgendered applies to a person who just identifies as the opposite gender.
I
Or
think
non-binary.
it's
Yeah.
called chick with a dick. I think
Yeah.
that's the
She-male. 'Cause that's what they call it in porn. But I'm pretty sure that's not the proper
Actually, it's not
nomenclature.
now. TS is the
Yeah.
actual. If you want to look that kind of stuff up.
Oh,
it's
if I
TS.
wanted to?
If he wants to, or
That's,
if
thank you for
Just
thank
let
you
me
for the
know.
information in
Want
case I ever wanted to do
What a
that.
Yeah, if you're
correction.
if
That's a
you're
quick
on your favorite
correction.
porno site
Mhm.
and you type in TS Bailey J
Mm.
or TS I don't know. any
whomever.
You don't know any
Who
other
else?
ones?
Oh, sure. Sure you don't.
Well,
That was enlightening.
you can poke fun at me all you want. I think she's hot, and
no
I'd have
one's
sex with
poking
her.
anything. So would I.
I've come to the point where I'm like, yep, it's gonna happen.
It's not going to happen.
Well, it's not
Right,
gonna
right.
happen.
It-
She's
If
married,
Brooke
happily married.
dies, he will be looking at ads on Craigslist at some
Oh,
point, just to explore it.
I don't.
You know?
just to see what comes.
Just
of
to
it.
dip a toe in the water. See what's up.
See what's out there.
I got no shame. Fuck it.
Dipping other things, other places as
I
well.
was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to say it. I wanted to leave it.
We're
So yeah,
2 hours
feminism,
right now.
feminism, good.
Right.
That's what we're talking about.
Well done.
yeah. I don't know how we got from feminism to that.
You guys did. I'm really glad that you guys did really well on that subject. Thank you.
Yeah,
Being
you're welcome.
I'm doing my best.
good white dudes.
If I don't, I'm gonna get in
There's
trouble.
so few of you. Will you just spread the word to the rest of them?
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's your fucking job. So do it.
I mean, here's the thing. Like,
Just
it's
do
it's
it.
tough to start a conversation with somebody and be like, "Hey, man, I'm a feminist," and
You don't have to
Yeah.
start one, but here's you don't have to start one.
just shut down things.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Be
we
an
do,
ally.
and maybe we could talk about it off air. But
ooh,
yeah,
escándalo.
not
Secret.
really. It's not really a secret. Like you know all about it, but
Well, I
Yeah.
still want to. I still
Yeah.
want to hear about it again.
oh yeah, I'll tell you
I
about
love
it.
The fuck are you
gossip.
talking
Gossip's one of my
about?
favorites.
I can't do
talk
it on
about
the
it.
Do
air.
it later.
Yeah.
I don't even know what
Secret.
he's talking about.
Yeah.
I just know he can't
Yeah.
talk about it.
You guys aren't in the club.
So, I think we just hit 2
We don't
hours.
have a lot of titles,
but I think we're gonna.
but
do
I
this.
know I stopped writing things down because I know what it's going to be.
This was a fun fucking episode. You did a great job.
Thank you.
I know you were worried about it.
Yeah,
However,
I did great.
a natural in front of the microphone.
Thank you.
Well, we were.
Some people sit there and do the one-word answer things, and you're just like, I'm gonna have to fucking kill you if you don't. You're never gonna leave this basement if you don't give us something.
So why do you do what you do? I just like playing guitar. Thanks.
All right, we'll be back. Fucking hell.
Oh, man.
So yeah, if you want to visit Kathleen,
Do
you
it.
can check her out at the Crafted Cup.
Crafted Cup.
Most likely the.
You shouldn't check her out. You should
Wow.
objectively
Yeah.
start a conversation with her
Exactly.
as a person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hard eyes. I have
Yeah.
hard eyes for you right now. Thank you.
Crafted Cup, rarely these days at 44 Raymond Avenue in Poughkeepsie, New York, but
At the mall.
at the Galleria. If you're looking at dicks
Ooh,
in the
wait, quick
Galleria,
question.
So
Are you annoyed that we're called baristas?
no.
No?
I've thought
Because
about
barista
that.
means a female person that works at a bar.
But I think barista is. I like that it's one of the only feminine words
Yeah.
that's used as
It's
a gender
funny.
neutral.
It's
I
funny,
love it.
right?
Yeah,
Because it
I
should be
love it.
baristo.
It
for men.
should be.
No, it should be the both of them.
You should be a barista.
If you're gonna speak Italian, at least do it right.
I mean, but we have so many things like that.
No, I know.
Mailman, policeman, like fucking give me barista.
I want to be called a grind junkie.
Grind junkie?
Yeah.
All right. It's fine. I was just wondering what because that's one of the few things.
I like it.
You know? Yeah.
I thought about that. I like
because
it.
in Italy, I would be a baristo.
Is that true?
Yes.
Or do
it's
they use it?
barista.
Are you sure about that?
Never
I'm pretty
question
sure.
it. Never.
Yeah, because barista means like bar person.
Here we go.
Maybe they just use the feminine for
everyone. It could be.
Which
could
would
be.
mean
I don't
thank
know.
you, Italy. Brava.
Brava.
See what I did there?
I did see. It was painfully obvious.
Ooh, there's a little.
Why'd you look up barista?
I looked up barista to see if it was a thing, but I think barista is just a word.
Yeah.
They just use
That's
barista.
what I was told.
No. Okay, hang on. In Italian, a person usually in a coffee house who prepares service. Entomology. A word barista is an Italian word, and in Italy, a barista is a male or female bartender.
Oh, look at that.
Bartender.
Killing it.
Who typically works behind a counter serving hot drinks such as espresso, cold alcoholic, and non-alcoholic beverages and snacks.
There we go.
That's
So
us.
I was misinformed. It didn't really bother me that much, but
I'm glad
Yeah.
because if it did, I would have told
I was
you
just
to shut up.
Just wondering.
I'm glad you wondered.
Yeah, don't tell me to shut up.
I said
this is my show.
I said if you
It's
bothered
our show.
you.
Sorry.
Oh. He's not even paying attention.
The native. Oh, that's.
We're done with this. We've already moved on. Titles.
Oh, here's something. The native plural in English is baristas, while in Italian the plural is baristi. For masculine, baristi means barmen or bartenders, or barista, barista for
like
feminine.
barista.
Plural?
So
Yes.
there is differentiation.
So
for
yeah,
male
Only
and female.
plural. Only
Yeah.
plural.
But only when pluralized.
Only when pluralized.
That's weird.
Baristi. I like that.
Baristi.
Barista. Baristi.
So yeah, there we go.
Good.
So me wanting to be called a baristo is
Would
like
be
women wanting to
ridiculous.
change mankind.
No.
No,
It's
I
not.
I didn't think
we
it
can
was.
have a long talk about that. It's not even close.
All
Not
right.
even close.
All right. So we want to do titles.
Agreed. It's a microcosm of that.
You want to do titles?
Yes. So we have Dappy Do Year.
All right.
We have Dead Radio Explains Everything.
Kind of like that one.
Christopher Columbus is a cunt.
Mm-hmm.
That's the winner.
And Back to the Future by Candlelight.
That's really good, but there were no candles here, so it might not be that.
No, but it was your explanation.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at candles
Candle
lit
lit
in the
over
There
back.
are candles.
No, my vote is 100% Back to the Future by Candlelight.
I like that one.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, Christopher Columbus is a cunt is
Circle
really
that.
good, but that doesn't.
Let's hashtag Christopher Columbus
Yeah.
as a cunt. It's a long one, but I will figure it out.
I like how the two are so unrelated.
Yeah.
Actually, hashtag Dappy Do Year too.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one.
I do. I think it's
Because it's
hilarious.
insensitive to people
It's
with
really,
Yeah.
strokes.
it's really intense.
As soon as someone in my family has a stroke, then I'll be
It
like,
won't
"Hey
be
man, that's not
funny
funny."
Erase that.
But right now, it's hilarious.
All right, I really have to pee again.
What are we doing
Oh,
next
I do
week?
too.
I don't remember.
Let me see if I can get my calendar up in a quick. Oh shit! Oh shit! Triumphant return of Mark Gerlach
Oh yeah.
from Hudson Valley
We're
Transmitter.
filming a movie next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about
It's
that.
not a porn. It's definitely
Damn
not.
it.
It's definitely not a porn.
Mm.
Shoot.
So yeah, we got.
It's a psychological thriller. Yeah.
All right, and our Zazzle store. I just got a notification that our
Product is up.
Our product is up. So
All right.
Zazzle.com/Dead Radio Podcast. We are working on a product line. The Teespring
You
thing.
get
just-
yourself a Dead Radio Podcast bingo marker.
We're gonna figure that out. The Teespring thing did not work well.
Fuck them.
So right now it's just one T-shirt. I want a coffee mug.
Okay, I'll do it.
In the
Yeah.
worst way. We're gonna have a bunch of different stuff with our label, with our logo on it. Zazzle.com/Dead Radio Podcast. Also check out Patreon.com/Dead Radio Podcast if you'd like to contribute to the show. That was a belch. $1 a month helps us keep this thing afloat
And I'll get you a sticker.
and further reassures me that I made the right choice in quitting my career
To work at a coffee
to
shop.
work at a coffee shop and boost my podcast. So Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Yeah, that's it. Any final words? All right, Adam's got to pee.
I do too.
All right, patriarchy.